Hey guys, it's David Sikanimi Comics. I have comic book galore in the house. He's kind of empty. He's doing his own thing, but I figure, hey, I'm alive today. We're alive. It's Wednesday, not a normal time, but due to some scheduling, I'm able to go live early on Wednesday, and here we are. Actually,
He
you
did.
know what? We're live, Alex. So anyway, so we got absolutely nothing to talk about. We just thought that we'll go live and shoot the shits and talk about things. And I don't know. Let's see where this leads because we got a whole night ahead of us, and we got absolutely no watcher. Hey, Daryl, what's up? He's got freaking issue. Is in the house in the chat. He's the very first one. Very supportive. If you're watching this on the rewind, if you want a great presser, I'm telling you, there's a lot of pressers within the community. They can say that they did this, they did that, but I'm I can tell you from my own experience that he is a great presser. He will press the book like it's his own. And yeah, Daryl, you're the first and only one here. No, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Daryl. And he's a great presser, great cleaner. He will do absolutely his best to get your book into that uh into a grade that you want to, because he'll press the book like it's his own. All right. And we got Ron, the comic book estate, in the house. How are you guys?
How's it going?
How are you? Good. How's your whole month of July?
Kind of sucked. How's yours?
Yeah, same here. Same here. Oh,
I
oh
know the
man.
feeling.
How's it going, Ron?
Doing okay. How are you?
Not too bad.
Do you
This
work
is
for UPS, by the way?
what was that?
I was where you. I always see you at the UPS cap, man. I didn't know if you worked for UPS or not.
No. That's kind of a running joke because Keston's Old School Comics wears the USPS cap, so I
Mhm.
started wearing the UPS cap.
Hey, talking about UPS, did you see that? Did you see the contract that they signed with? Okay, so this is what I heard. They were making average about $25 to $30 an hour. All right, depending how many years of service you have done with UPS. They hired a Teamster. They're part of the union, and they was going on strike, right? Because they want more raise, they want more, whatever. They want to have a good package. They finally signed a contract. So average UPS driver that who's been working for UPS for average about, I guess, 10 years, and they'll be making six figures.
Is that serious or?
I'm serious. They are going to be paid close to, I think, $35 to $40 an hour.
That sounds pretty crazy.
I know, I know. And the other thing is that they got extra like holiday off. I think they get off on Martin Luther King and some other few holidays as well too. And it's crazy. Their their pay raise has gone up. I think close to about, from my understanding, it was like 35 to 40% increase. It's not the new drivers now who's been there. Yeah, I was watching this video about this guy. He was talking about this crazy, like this settlement they have done with UPS, and in order for them to not to go on strike, they're
I
making
just,
average six figures, six freaking figures
I
for
just checked it
UPS
right now.
drivers. Yeah, and
170,000.
about close to 100,000 a year.
170 I saw.
170. Jesus
Yeah.
fuck Christ, man. I don't know.
So is that so you don't have to become a doctor anymore?
No. And the other thing is that they say that by the time of 2026 or 27, all of their vehicles would have air conditioning.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
know.
the guys I see work pretty good. They're pretty quick and moving boxes around all day.
Mm-hmm.
So they need the air conditioning in there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for 170,000 guys, 170,000. That's more. They're making average about close to
Hit the comments.
fucking 80% what I'm making now.
What's going on, Hazel Dan?
Hey, Hazel.
You in the dark there?
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Is the power out?
Shout out to my daughter Nancy. Yeah, you finally made it to my live stream. Thanks, Nancy. I was in Hawaii just for her graduation. Past May. Was it June or May? It was May. But I was there for one day and finally got to see my daughter within 4-5 years. And yeah. So
She's not in Maui, is she?
no, man, God, did you see that? It's like freaking war zone.
What a mess. My
The
God.
whole city of Lahaina is on flame.
Yeah. So those bright orange things that you see on the newsreels, those are houses. Those aren't trees.
Yeah, I heard like hundreds and hundreds of houses been burnt out, and this family has no places to go. I mean, they're just absolutely abandoned. I mean, so I mean, prayers goes to everyone in Maui, especially in the Lahaina area. You know,
I've always wanted to talk to you about Hawaii because I lived there when I was a kid. My dad was in the Navy, so we've always transferred from one base to another. So I've lived there twice as a young kid, and I went to Pearl Harbor Elementary, and I've only lived on Oahu, so I know nothing about Maui. But I've always wanted to try going to Maui. I don't want to go now.
no, I mean Maui is considered as an Howley state. I mean, it's an island where all the Caucasian goes to. So people with money, with people who has money, I guess money goes to
I felt,
Maui.
growing up, I felt so
It's-
bad for my Howley friends. They got the shit kicked out of them all the time because the
that's
racism
more-
is reversed. They're the ones that get beat up.
It is. I mean, if you live in Hawaii for so long, I mean, they're very, very protective of their what they call ohana. Their island, their tradition, and their religions and things like that. And like you said, Ron, a lot of people come in and out because of the military bases, and that's where they get a lot of the I guess their disbelief on military, because if they come and go, they respect a lot of the local places, and a lot of, if you go to a lot of the nightclubs, you see that a lot of the military people do get fight with the locals that who lived in Hawaii, because it's just the way that they carry themselves. Yeah. And look, he's got freaking issue. He lived in Oahu for 4 years. I lived there for 38, close to about what? Geez, I'm 53. Got there 8, so yeah, close to about 40, 43, 40 something years.
That's
But
pretty
yeah,
good.
I saw that video on in Maui, and it's just heartbreaking to see that that town. I mean, I've been to Lahaina a few times, and it's an old house. I would say it's an old city. It has an old feel to it, and to see those houses burned down like that, I mean, just
I
It's a
don't
tragedy.
understand quite how it started. There's a high front up north, and then there's Hurricane Dora down south, and putting those two together caused these winds.
yeah. I don't know how that thing started, but it seems like there is a It seems like there's a hurricane coming up here, and it's just it's a clusterfuck place to be right now. I mean, yeah,
A lot of comic book memories in Hawaii. That's when I did a lot of comic book collecting. Bought a lot of my books from the Navy base.
So prayers goes out to everyone in Maui, and yeah, shit. I'm kind of lost for what to say about that. One of
Where
the
does Doom live? Does Doom live in Maui?
no, he's from Hilo, which is I think
Oh,
he was born and raised in Hilo. He grew up in I guess he grew up in Hilo, but he lives in Oahu now.
okay.
So yeah, he lives in the city of Honolulu, but he's from Big Island. They call it Hilo.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so he's a really country boy.
I don't think I'm
So-
ever going to go back though. I just, I have good memories, but I got bad memories too. So,
Well, you get a little bit of both on wherever you go, but I mean, I'm not. I don't miss Hawaii per se
yeah,
to
that's
live
what
there.
that's what I think. That's my thinking. I don't miss it.
I don't miss it.
It's probably changed since you've been there.
A lot of things has changed, but the thing is, I miss the food.
Oh
There's
yeah, the food is so good. Oh
food.
yeah.
God, you can find all type of food there. All, Filipino food. God, it's just the lumpias and the what
That
is
Ala
that?
Moana Mall, that food is so good there. I mean, it's just excellent.
I used to live right across the street from Ala Moana Shopping Center.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you got all different type of diversity of food there. Japanese food, Korean food, local food.
Loco Moco.
Filipino food. You got the Portuguese because Portuguese has a huge impact there.
Hmm. I've never tried Portuguese food.
Oh, you haven't tried? God, what is that? What is that Portuguese donut? What they called? Oh, gee, matasadas.
It sounds
You guys
vaguely
never
familiar.
tried matasadas? Oh
No.
man,
Sounds familiar, but I've never had them.
it's a deep fried donut with no hole. It's just a big fat donut. You deep fry it and you have like sugar around it. There's a really local. There's a really popular matasada joint. It's called Leonard's. If you guys watching this on the rewind and visiting Hawaii, go to Leonard's and try their matasada. It's fucking to die for.
You've probably been to Lulu's that overlooks the ocean.
Honolulu.
No, Lulu's Cafe. It overlooks the ocean.
Lulu.
There's like a
Where's
bar
that?
area where it's a breakfast place in Oahu. It's near all the hotels near the beach. You could sit there at the bar and look at the ocean while you have your Loco Moco.
Fuck. You know what?
I,
I don't think
I
I've
don't have
been
I
to
don't have
Lulu.
fond memories of the beach. I'm gonna be honest. I've been to the beach so many times, but it's like okay, been there, done that. That's my feeling.
No, it's
I used to
nice. It's
love
nice
going
to
to
have
the
that view
beach.
while you're eating, though. It's good.
I used to work in Waikiki. So during my lunch break, I have an hour lunch, and the mall that we live in, there's only 5 minute walk right to the beach. So I'm fully suited. I'm wearing suit tie. I walk to the beach. I sit on shade and I just watch people. I watch people.
I think it's different if you live there versus just visiting as a someone who's on vacation.
Yeah, that was a big mistake, Daryl. All right. So I've been watching a lot of the YouTube and they were talking about this Del rare exclusive store exclusive book that somehow has been selling on the secondary market for like $4,000 on a CGC 9.8 because it's only limited to 50 copies. Or was it 40 copies? And the person who's made this exclusive, he's calling himself Bryce Comics. And you guys never heard of it? Heard of this guy?
Yeah, he's a major seller.
Yeah.
He sells a lot of books on eBay. And he's got a website.
Yeah. So what he did was he got a Delato art that he made him to his like Bryce, exclusive. I forgot what. Oh, it was ASM 26, Death of Kamala Khan. So it's a Delato cover. There's trade dress and a virgin. Yeah, yeah. So what he did was he sent out all of his copies to CGC, saying that this make about, I don't know, I guess 400, was it? What? Don't quote me on the number. I'm just going like saying something like, okay, 420, 460 of the trade dress, graded in whatever 98, rest of it destroyed. I think 40, rest of the 40 or whatever number on a virgin, whatever comes out to 9.8 or better, rest of it destroyed. So he go out, and the only way that you can get the virgin is from his mystery box, which he was selling for, I think, about $250 to $300. So your chances of getting that is, I don't know, maybe one out of maybe 5 boxes that he sold, or 1 out of 10. But anyway, he made a lot of money doing that. And he promoted himself. He promoted saying that this is the rarest Delato cover that you'll get compared to, ASM, was that 663? That one out of 50 Delato, the ASM 663, that was selling for about $3,000-4,000, or maybe 10,000. Well, anyway, I'm sorry I didn't get all the information correct, but I'm just going on a tangent right here, just thinking that this guy saying this is the rarest Delato cover, and he did this by destroying, you know, all the covers and getting like 40 of the Virgin in CGC 9.8 or better, and the trade dress of 400 something on a 9.8 or better, and rest of it he threw it away. But my understanding that if you need to get an exclusive done by Marvel, you need to have, I think I think there's a 2,500 print run that needs to be done in the minimal. So he threw, yeah, 667. Thank you, 1 on 100. But anyway, so he sent everything to CGC, whatever CGC graded, and came back. The rest was destroyed, which that was never been filmed, or never been, how would you say it? It's never been documented that they have this, the CGC has destroyed all these extra books. But here's the thing. I think it was International Comics. If you're not following him, if you're not watching Brian's McClade, channel, he said that this book was actually the cover of the book that Bryce exclusive cover was. It was actually came out in like 20 years ago, 19 years ago, on a foreign and a Panini cover. So
Yeah.
so a lot of people saying like, wait, this cover was already been published. It has been on a Marvel book, which is not part of the Marvel comic, but it was on a Panini comic publishing that came out in the same cover 20 years ago. And now you're saying that this he and there was a lot of controversy. Like, did you know? Did you not know? How the fuck you do this? Are you trying to scam the people? And the seller totally said, no, I did not know that this book was ever used on a comic book cover before. I mean, who do you
There's
blame?
no way to prove or disprove that.
Well, the thing is that he said that
The knowledge, I'm saying.
yeah,
There's no way to prove or disprove they had knowledge of it.
yeah, I mean, he said that he did. He went on secondary market. He went online to figure out, if this book cover, this art was ever published. He said he had no chance. But a lot of people were finding it online on Google, And other thing is that now he's blaming Marvel, saying that this art was never used on a comic book before, but it did 20 years ago.
And they specified that in an email?
No, and that's the whole thing. They say that if you do this exclusive, you don't. Marvel does not do anything over the phone. Everything is done by email. So they gotta have some type of I don't know, a documentation. Nothing has been said over the phone. Said no, so and so and so. Everything's communicated by email. Hello, Hazel
Hold
Dan.
on, Hazel Dan.
Oh my gosh. That sucked.
Anyway,
Sorry. We changed all our settings and we got a bit
we
of
got
our
new
image.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
like,
so we have to like reset
Everything,
everything
yeah.
and fix it. So yeah, that
Hey, the main thing is you're here. You made it. All right.
Yeah, I can hear
let me
y'all.
just give let me just give a huge shout out to Comics and Culture, people in the chat, Kingdom Comics, he's got freaking issue, Comic Book Galore, Immortal Big Shack, and my daughter Nancy Min in the house in the live chat. So thank you everyone for joining us. We got 6 people in the house, and we're talking about Bryce comic exclusive, the rarest Delato cover that ever exists that is now, and I think it's a fucking scam, in my opinion. I think there's no way that he did not know. I think he knew, plain dumb, and it's a pointing finger. No, it was Marvel's fault. I did my research. He should have done his own fucking research before he goes on his freaking channel saying that this is the rarest Delato cover.
Just do your own original piece. Why do you have to use pre-existing art?
Well, I think that's the art that Marvel have given him, threw at him, and said that these are the covers. I don't know how this whole step done. I mean, the whole step to getting an exclusive for retailers or online people. I mean, for content creators, but Marvel gave a selection of art, and he saw that art, and Marvel said this art was never used, never ever used on a comic book cover. Am I right? I think that was
Yeah, I think they have to sign contracts. So
Is it in writing?
and you sign that, and then it has certain agreements. And my guess is that it just wasn't specific enough, or it didn't. Like when lawyers get involved, and you have contracts, things get kind of tricky. So you got to like dot your I's, cross your T's, and all that kind of stuff. So I think there might have been something that was like probably something contractual, or Marvel wouldn't have been able to do that. And he probably wasn't aware of what was going on with it. And he was expecting a unique variant that's all his own, that's never been done before. And Marvel owns the rights to all that stuff or whatever. So
yeah, I personally don't think he knew, because I don't see how he would do that if he knew.
Yeah,
Kingdom Comics says he's under the influence. No, impression.
He's under the impression. No, but okay. So here's my thing. Let's say us as this panel group members here, we say, hey, you know what? Let's do an exclusive, and let's do a print run of. Let's go to Marvel and let's say, you know what? We'll destroy 2,496 books, and we'll just keep 4 for 4 of us, making it the rarest whatever book is out there, right?
Uh-huh.
And let's say Marvel gave us a let's say Adi Granov, or let's say whoever our favorite artist is, and they said this cover was never used. As for me, I would before I sign anything, I would do my diligent research if this art was really ever used or not. It seems like for a guy who's been, I don't know, I guess you can call him the content creator or online seller, totally did not do his research and just took their word for it. And
I would say that's a possibility, but I think it was probably an honest mistake. Like,
I don't see how he would think that was used before. If that's, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if he would check any artwork that he gets to cross-reference it to see if it was used before. Like,
yeah,
I just don't think
probably
that's
should in hindsight.
Yes,
yeah.
Actually, there is a way to check that, but it costs money. You have to. There's like an IP. I forgot what it's called. I did that when I submitted a what do you call it? A patent, an intellectual property patent. I submitted one with an attorney, and he said that there's actually an official way you could submit paperwork to see if anything is pending, like a patent pending or a copyright is existing around an IP or existing artwork. So they actually check that against a database that's used across the country. And if it was on file, then it could take time. It takes time to do that, though. It could take up to a month or 6 months.
I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying, like, if he was under that impression, I don't know why he would do that. Like,
yeah, like if he's trusting Marvel to be a place of integrity and Gelato to be a man of integrity,
well, I don't.
saying this is
Okay,
art, we've never done this before.
I don't think Gelato was.
I don't think Gelato knew. Like,
no, but it was probably Marvel. Yeah, but like if you're expecting those things and you're doing a contract, they're like, yeah, I'm going to give you original art. It's going to be on your book or whatever, and then it's not. Like I don't know why I wouldn't have checked. I wouldn't have known to check it because I haven't been there before. I've never experienced that before. Never tried to do that. It's all new. So when you're in that new territory and you're doing that, sometimes you just learn the hard way about stuff. And I think he's going to learn the hard way about it and be more meticulous about it next time.
He's still learning. He's still learning business.
Yeah,
there's certain things about business you have to learn.
Right.
Well,
it's a dirty.
Go ahead, Joe.
Comic industry in general, like,
they just want money, dude. All they give a crap about is money. They don't care about you.
And Marvel doesn't care if he destroys those copies or not. Like that, yeah.
If they can get away with it legally and make money off of somebody and rip somebody off, they're gonna slam it to the little guy. They don't. They just want pennies, dude. You know.
Well, I'm glad, Yvonne. I'm glad that you mentioned destroying, because this is a segue to it. It's like, do you feel like destroying comic book to make it rare is? You think that is something that is a good practice?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's a good practice, but it is a practice. Like,
yeah, they all do it. Yeah, all the.
Anytime you see like those limited runs,
yeah, they're just running,
and it's Marvel. Like they had to order more, and then.
Yeah, it's not a unique thing or a one-off thing.
If there's thousands of limited runs, it doesn't really make sense.
But this seller did the same thing to, I forgot which book, but he destroyed like 2,499 copies of thing just to keep one for himself to make it. I mean, the thing is, this whole collective limited run and being thing is just gone to a point where it's senseless now.
Yeah, I think it's a bit silly.
If there's,
I don't agree with it.
Especially when it comes to Marvel and DC, it's like I don't believe the print run. Like when it comes to like Archie comics or some other comic, I'm a sucker. I bought the Sabrina annual, spectacular annual, summer spec, whatever, 200 print run. Okay, you know what? I get it. I think they have more freedom to print that much book, just 200 print run. But for Marvel, it's average about 2,500 is a minimal. And if you have to destroy 2,000 and say that this is a limited 500, show us the proof that you have destroyed all 500 books.
But I wouldn't say just that. Part of the thing is that a lot of those limited runs that they do, when they supposedly destroy the rest, even if you have the evidence, I'm saying if you have a print of 2,500 books and you destroyed 2,000 and all of the rest of them are 9.8s, there's not really anything special about that. They're all going to be a 9.8. Whereas if you hadn't done that and it was just naturally printed and through attrition and time, different copies had, gotten damaged naturally, there would be a lot less 9.8s. So if you had a 9.8, it's like, oh, wow, that's a 9.8. There's only like 10 of those rather than all 500.
Alex. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, why cherry pick the book? I was like, if you're going to destroy the book, get all 2,500 and destroy the book, and you cherry pick the one that you think is a 9.8 and sell it as like $100 a book or $50 a book. Make sure that you make. Yeah, we hear you, Tito.
I could hear you.
To make sure that you come ahead, not lose money. And as for me, if I got that book raw, let me be the one to send it to CGC and see if it comes out to 9.8.
Have you seen some of those modern books that they print like 5,000 of? they wind up encapsulate. There's a trend and there's an explosion and the value goes up in the first month, and then shortly after that it crashes. But I'm saying in the first month, maybe the book goes from like $100 to $500, and then it crashes a month later when there's, out of that 5,000, 3,000 of them are 9.8s, and everything else is like 9.2, 9.6, and the 9.8 doesn't hold its value. It's worthless because everything is 9.8.
And yeah, even the Bride's exclusive, it was selling for what, 3,000-4,000. Now the last sale I saw was $300 to $400.
Hey,
It has dropped significantly.
Is that for the Virgin?
Yeah, the Virgin.
So
okay, check what out. We don't see nothing.
That's
Tito.
because I'm in a compromised position and I don't need y'all. All right. So we're talking about, CGC sending it off and them trashing it. We have no idea whether or not they did it, right? That's all speculative. We will just go with his word. Let's say he's honest. We'll go on his word. But on his video, there's a reason why he did that. And he said it plain and simple. It was to manufacture scarcity and rarity, right? And how do you promote a mystery box and get the best bang out of profit is by manufacturing that scarcity and that rarity, right? The problem that, a lot of us are seeing, but there's no real solution, is how he marketed this book, right? He marketed this book as an exclusive. And it's not an exclusive because of what you said earlier, and what International Comics found out was that this cover was done 20 years ago. And that book not being exclusive, what is the fix to that? What does Brian have to come up with to say, okay, how are we going to fix this exclusive that is not exclusive? That is the ultimate question. All the other shit is irrelevant. Like, who cares? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? I don't care. I bought a book because you told me it was an exclusive to you, and this is the only place I'll find it. It is not. How are you going to fix that for me? That's the issue at hand.
He would have to refund everyone.
No. I mean, bro.
Come up with a new book.
Yeah, or come up with a new book.
A new variant.
Yeah, well, so am I buying that brand new variant? Is that what I'm doing?
I don't know. Are you buying?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. What is the solution? Okay, I bought this variant or this mystery box in hopes to get this exclusive variant. So he comes out with a new variant, right? Okay, that's great. I'm happy that you made $150,000 profit. Well, I'm not profit, but about $150,000 off these mystery boxes, and probably about $50,000 in the pocket. That's cool. But what are you going to do for me? Because I bought this book that you said that was only exclusive to you. That's the issue. That's what he promoted. That's what he marketed. That's what this manufactured scarcity. This is what this rarity. That's what CGC was told to shred all this shit, because that's what he was marketing. And to me, that's not right. Like, you're marketing a book that's not exclusive anymore. How are you going to fix that issue for me as your consumer, as somebody who is now looking at you like, dude, I can't trust you now?
Well, let me. Well, if you're asking a question, so what can you do? What can you do now since it's not exclusive? What are you planning to do for people who actually bought the book thinking that it's exclusive? Let me throw this question at you, Kingdom. If he was one of you that had purchased from him and found, and this situation, what would you want what would you want him to do to make you feel satisfied that he has done his part?
Progress on the incident in itself. Don't tell me shit and blame other people. I want you to fix the incident itself. The incident itself.
But what would be your solution? What do you think that he should do that you will be satisfied with the result that he has done with I mean with his action. What
Well,
progression? Yes,
this-
progression. Yes, but how?
right off the bat, as soon as I found out, I would have sent out an email. I don't know how his boxes work, so I don't know how contact information flows, but I would have sent out an email as soon as I found out that it was an exclusive and said, hey, I apologize. This is what's going on. I will try to, I will work on something. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a mystery box guy, but maybe, you know, you get 25% off in the next mystery box, or, you know, some shit. I don't progress me in the direction that makes me come back to you. And I know there's like Hazel Dan, like you vouch for him. And I mean, I'm not going to say that he knew and he fucking did anyway. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is he marketed it as an exclusive that is not an exclusive. He got on this hype train and he compared it, right? I watched his fucking video earlier. He was talking about manipulation. He literally was like something to the effect of, did he put a gun to your head? Then it's not manipulating. And if that's your philosophy on what manipulation is, then, you know, get the fuck out. Like, no, right? Manipulation. That's why I sent that copy paste in that group to you know, I got it.
Yeah, yeah. I seen the video, and all I heard was, I didn't know. I checked, it wasn't there. Marvel lied to me, and
it was another dude's video that he dropped today.
Oh shit! I don't know. That watching his video wasted 15 of my life.
But checking as a responsible business owner that could possibly be sued or have something serious happen to them, actually officially, really legally checking is actually getting an attorney to do an intellectual property check on the artwork. There's actually a data. It's a real thing. It's not like what I'm talking about is an actual process.
And you're talking about for future, right? But we're talking about now. Like, we can't do anything about
that. I've had a couple of videos trying to rectify the situation, trying to figure out what's going on and stuff like that.
He's done some videos explaining like,
yeah, right. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's done to fix it, like you're talking about, Tito. And I agree. There's got to be some kind of, you know, restitution. There's got to be something to, you know, kind of, whether it's refunding people, communicating with the people that bought the book, like, hey, you paid $5,000 for this book and it's not exclusive. Like,
well, okay,
how do you want
he didn't sell it for $5,000.
Right.
That was secondary.
Secondary, okay, yeah.
But
If
the
those
secondary
were sales,
market
I mean,
was in response.
Right, yeah, there could be a lot of things.
But the secondary market was in response to what the actual owner seller was saying.
Right.
So,
yes.
So in a way, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but Tito, yeah, regardless what he has hyped, when it comes to secondary, it's a secondary. It's not something that he has sold himself directly to seller. Right. It was somebody that who has gotten it
indirectly, based off the words that he said, how he marketed it.
Right.
Like, what? Let me ask you this, just out of curiosity: if you saw ASM 26 with this Delado cover, anybody in the world, would you go look at that book and say that's I am willing to pay $5,000 on that book? Probably not. And you will probably go off of what other people are saying, and it all stems back in original to that original video where he compared it to the 667, where he said it could be rarer than that. You know,
even the 667 is a piece of shit. Honestly, I mean, it's a great art, but there's no way I would spend $6,000 on that variant.
That video comparing it to the 667 was after those $5,000 sales, when he was questioning if it was market manipulation as a result of his variant. He sold the boxes before, you know, as a way to win an AF-15 and other prizes. That variant was the only thing that was guaranteed in that mystery box.
Right.
Okay, so Yvonne, did anybody from that mystery box won the AF-15 181? Because I checked. Nobody in the social media that I'm in.
Everybody that bought that mystery box, they would have been all in trying to get that AF-15. That's what the game's about. They know what they're getting into. They know what they're buying. They know in these mystery boxes, half of it's garbage, and you might get your money back, and you might not, and everybody's fishing for that AF-15, and they would have done it whether it had that variant or not.
And
Yeah,
see,
but
I
see,
look at the guarantee
everybody
and I'm like,
wants.
would I pay $250 for that variant? Because that's the only thing at the end
Yeah.
of the day you're guaranteed.
Right.
I would not. So I
Right,
wouldn't
wouldn't either.
buy that
Some-
mystery
yeah,
box.
Some people would, but the problem is
No,
like,
but did anybody win that grand prize? GXX1, AF-15, Hawk 181.
Well, I believe the AF-15 was announced. I want to say that somebody did pick it up. As far as the other books, I don't know, but I do believe the AF-15 was.
See, this kind of reminds me of Sunshine, Sunshine Collecting's fucking mystery box. Yes, I still have a sour taste in my mouth with that mystery box, but it seems like that. I mean, you promise something, but nobody comes forward saying that they have won it. You know?
Well, I mean, look, I think most of y'all know I'm very pessimistic and I have a hard time believing shit. But for the purpose of conversation and debate, like I'm like all that shit, I don't give two shits. I need to know what the fuck you're going to do about this exclusive not being exclusive. Like, how are you going to fix that? That's what I care about. Like,
Well,
who
you
wins
say you
what?
want 25% off, so you can reach out to Bri and say, give me 25% off on your next, so and so. I mean, that would somewhat be okay. And
I mean,
but,
I'm just throwing some shit out there. I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, dude, there's people out there that I saw videos that spent $2,000 on these mystery boxes. I mean, do you honestly believe that 25% off is going to do them any good? Like, what about those
No.
people? You know,
like if was me, if I bought that mystery boxes and how much was the mystery box in to begin with?
250.
It was like
250?
$250.
I think it was like
All right.
250 or something.
Then
Yeah,
I would ask for $200 back.
Why
Well,
200?
would you have bought it for that book, or would you have bought it trying to get the AF-15 and some of those other books?
Well, yeah, that's a
I
great-
mean, I'm just going by the amount that I have paid for that mystery box and saying that because I'm a Spider-Man fan and I love if I love that art and I bought that due to the fact that I will get that variant, I would ask him to since this is not exclusive, what you have promoted is false. Give me $200 back. And for the $50, I'll consider that as the payment for my Delato so and so.
How much is it?
Based upon my dealings with him personally, my interactions with him, my transactions and stuff that we have bought from and sold to, he does have. I think he has integrity. I know a lot. I agree with the things that you guys are saying and stuff like that, but. And he's been fair with people that I know of, and he's been fair with us. And I would imagine, you guys, if you were to be that upset about it, I think he would do something to try to make up for it. And we
Let
don't
me
know that
ask you something.
We're not involved with it, we don't know what he's done to make up for these sales. And I agree with y'all too. Like he promised an exclusive, it's not exclusive. And there's probably half the people are upset about it, and half the people probably aren't because they just wanted the AF-15 anyway, and they're like, "Oh, I don't care."
Or they wanted that artwork,
Right.
they wanted that variant. So
we don't know what he has
Let
done
me-
to these people personally, and I would guess, like from the way that he's dealt with me before, the way that we have talked and had conversations and done business together, I would think that he would do what he could to make that right because he has tried his best to build up a brand for himself and a name for himself, and that means something to people that are in that business. It should anyway. And so I
Let
would
me
think
ask.
it's very foolish to piss your name away over a couple $100.
Let me ask you something.
Very foolish.
So, how much? You told me it's $250 a mystery box, right?
Mhm.
How much did it cost him to print those 2,500 copies?
That I don't know.
I don't know. It might have cost
You know
every
what?
bit of
From
it.
my understanding, if you sign a contract with Marvel, I think there's close to about $10,000. I think that you
Okay,
need
so
to come up with.
and how many? And he sold all the mystery boxes.
Mhm.
Yes.
So then so what does that come to? If he sold 500 mystery boxes times 250, what is that? I'm not good with math right here, so I'm just curious to see.
50 times
You're not good with
Yeah,
math.
if it was a quick money grab thing,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'll have to figure that
You know what
out.
I'm saying?
50 times 500 is $125,000.
So he had a $10,000 position and an initial investment. Even if he screws up and some people are pissed, he still walks away with what? After tax, maybe he makes like 70 or 80,000
Well, that's what.
after.
Yeah, that's what I said in the beginning.
Right.
It was like
Yeah, so dude, it kind of sounds sketchy. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It sounds funny.
Well, let's pretend like everything is legit, right? Everything is legit.
Well, nothing is legit when it comes to comic book.
Well, I mean,
Like even fucking Marvel won't even give us an approximate fucking print run on certain comic book they print out every month.
Yeah, the industry's
it's
got to craft. Everything got to.
It's
Yeah.
approximate.
yeah, I mean,
It's always been there. Anytime there's money,
Anytime there's money involved, there's going to be sharks involved. Yeah. But
I think it's just, you know what? Just those numbers alone make me feel really uncomfortable about it. Just knowing that all you had to do is put in 10,000,
mhm.
get people to buy this thing that's not even a real. It's like kind of a lot of funky stuff around it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it was purposely, but
he's done other mystery boxes in the past with his own variant as like the guarantee.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I just don't think that he would build up his business and put it all on the line for something like this. That
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Like,
I mean, we don't know the whole story and everything that happened either. But like,
Okay,
I
you know
would-
what? Let's do our own exclusive. Okay, let's do our hashtag comic talk.
Let me ask you all a
exclusive.
question. If you had built a business for yourself, it is your name, it is your brand, it is you, and your blood, sweat, and tears are put into this. Would a $50,000 or $70,000 scam be worth ruining your entire name and your business and throwing it all in the trash for a quick $70,000?
hot
If
shot
it's just
comment.
for that one
That's
time,
your
yes,
comment.
it's worth it.
It would be to you.
For that one
If-
time, if I'm just gonna do one time exclusive and done,
Yeah.
yes, it's worth it.
Then you're done. I mean, then you're done. You
Yeah,
No,
that's
your
the
name's
thing.
garbage.
One-time deal.
Everybody thinks
Yes.
you're a crook. I don't know.
I don't
man.
know.
No, I don't think
Your
Brian.
name's worth more than $70,000, man. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I don't think Brian would do that.
And my integrity, and my value and worth as a human being, and my name means a lot more to me than a few bucks, man. That's just me. But
I don't think
I don't-
Brian would do that. But you, all right. So,
What Sunshine has done it. That fucker.
well, we're not talking about fucking Sunshine. We're talking about Brian.
He's gone.
yeah,
But here's the thing, right?
My
I'm always skeptical when it comes to content creators, influencers, journalists, reporters
I am too.
who
Yes.
who leads off with saying transparency, honesty, integrity, right?
Bullshit. There's no
Because
transparency when it comes to fucking.
well, are you gonna let me finish, or you just gonna interrupt me all the goddamn time? So when you lead off with those three things, you are setting up your viewers for something. They might not know it, but you're setting them up. And whether or not you are biased or unbiased on your reporting, you're going to say some shit, right? And if you go with that the tagline that I'm always honest and always transparent, and you're going to start getting that popularity, right? You're going to start getting the subs. You're going to start getting the viewerships, right? So what does that mean? That means that you opened yourself up to possibilities, and some of those possibilities are what? Mystery boxes, raffles, giveaways. So I'm always like I have a side eye when I hear shit like that, because I'm trying to figure out what's their end game, right? There's when you lead off with something like that, there's an end game involved in what it is, right? Whether it's making money, whether it's like being part of a group, whether it's, being chummy, I don't know, but there's always an end game. And his end game is money, right? He's a businessman. He owns a comic shop, or I don't know, an online retail shop. He, his mystery boxes that, from what I understand, has done really well. But that's based off everything that he has built himself up to, like you were saying, Hazel Dan, is like, will he finish all that? No, but I'm always skeptical when it comes to people like that. Damn, everybody, I was gonna say, shit, everybody left.
So
I know how to fix
I was not up
Yeah.
on this story, and I'm not so sure. David, did you leave? I was talking. Forget it.
I would love to hear your insight on this because you are not familiar with it.
Yeah.
So, if I heard the story right, this is not an original cover, right? This is from this. This is a replication of a Panini cover from 20 years ago.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, plus or minus a couple of years, but yes.
So, as a consumer, I've seen better Delato Spider-Man covers. I wouldn't spend 4 figures for a cover, and I'm not so sure I care if this guy's good name is tarnished or not. Now, I get comics I like for cheap. So here's some 20-year-old Panini covers that I've never seen on American comic books. These are German comic books. They're Delato Panini comic books. I would not spend 4 figures on comic books like this.
Okay,
That's the
so
consumer take on that.
CBA. So based off of that, right? Let's say you, how do I say it? Let's say you don't have the years of experience that you do when it comes to comic book collecting, right? And let's say that you are a big fan of Hazel Dan or Seeking Near Mint Comics, and you watch and say, "Hey, these are big exclusives. You know, they're limited. We did this with CGC. You know, it's going to be pretty much fire." Also, you have the opportunity to buy an AF-15, but these covers are the only way that you're gonna. This cover is going to be the only way you're going to get this book, right? And you're listening to this guy that you've been listening for a few years. Transparency, honesty, integrity, and all that, and you believe what he say. You think the likelihood of you maybe stepping out of bounds and say, well, you know what, based on what this guy is saying, I might just go for this book. No?
Nope.
Me neither. And the only reason I bought that fucking mystery box on Sunshine because thinking that we were good, we had a good understanding, but no. But anyway,
Yeah, listen, guys,
Yeah.
we're all responsible for our decisions and our finances. And there's an easy, like, really, the buyers, we do dictate what happens. If people would stop buying $5,000 manufactured rarity books, hoping to catch the big one, and this book will be worth $1 million one day, or 100,000, or 50,000, or 20,000, I can sell it. I can buy it for 5 and flip it for 10. Or if we stop doing that and we just start having a little bit more restraint and that kind of stuff, and waiting to see how things go instead of just jumping on whatever FOMO hits us, I think we're all to blame for that. Like the consumer just needs to stop buying stuff that's not worth what they're paying for it, and that's the consumer's fault. Like, whoever paid $5,000 for that book, that's dude.
That's like
that's
neither
on
here
them.
nor there. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't selling
No.
them for
Right.
$5,000.
It was on
Like,
whoever paid $5,000 for a manufactured rare book, that's on them. That's the way I look at it. Like, if you're gonna,
it's just mystery boxes in general
yeah,
are a
and
gamble.
if you're
Like,
gonna pay $250 hoping to get this or that, and this was more like he said, this exclusive is going to be in there. It's exclusive, so I get that part of it, being upset about it not being exclusive and
the artwork, yeah.
the artwork. So that's totally a legit gripe there. I get that, but but I mean, the problem is there's people out there that are willing to pay $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for a book that came out last week. People,
no,
and
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's the people that is paying the ridiculous prices for this book.
Yeah.
That's making the drama a little bit worse.
People want to collect. Like, if you want to collect by collecting mystery boxes and hoping to hit a big one, that might be your only chance to get an AF-15. I get that. I've paid for mystery boxes hoping to hit something, but I know what I'm doing, and I know what I got into, and I know that I might be throwing a couple of $100 here or $50 away. I know this money's going in the toilet because I'm not going to get what I'm getting in the box. And I'm just kind of hoping to hit this thing. And a lot of people do that. That's fine. If you want to make a calculated gamble or do whatever, hey, have fun with it, enjoy it. I'm not, trying to poop on how people collect and do things, but just if you're going to be throwing around thousands of dollars, man, be careful about what you're buying. Just be educated about it, be smart about it, do your research. It's a lot of money to throw in the garbage, man.
Especially on something that's so new
and manufactured. Yeah. He came out.
Well, what's
manufactured? It's manufactured awareness, like you guys are talking about, and to spend that kind of money on something like that, to me, I don't.
Yeah. But to be fair, that's any store variant, any Marvel or DC variant. Yeah. I know, especially Marvel, right? Yeah. You have to order X many.
Yeah.
And anyone who says that the print run is like 500, 800, that's what that variant's limited to. The only way they're doing that is by destroying the others.
Well, we used to buy some variant stuff from the store variants from this one particular comic book dealer, and they quit telling you what the print run was. And I was like, yeah, bull crap. Like, people want to know. Everybody was getting upset about it. I was like, what's the print run? Well, it's limited, but we're not going to disclose what the print run is.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, okay.
We would. I was kind of interested in FOMO, fear of missing out, so I did my research on it. Right, and right now, according to the PBA, it's like the Psychologist Board of Association. It's not a diagnostic or diagnosable issue yet.
Barely, we can barely hear you.
Right. But it is a derivative of anxiety, and they're doing further tests to figure out if you can actually be diagnosed with FOMO. So understanding the science behind of it and and manipulation, those are all perfect recipes for a great salesman and understanding the psychology of things. So, and and that's the whole manufacturer scarcity, the rarity, not even him. I mean, we're talking about, incentive variants, Gomez variants, CBA variants, anybody, right? Anybody who promotes a variant, they're manufactured somewhere. But it's foam, and to talk about that 5,000, let's flip it, right? For some folks, $5,000 could be the equivalent of like $5 to me, right?
Right.
That's how much money they have. So that 5,000 could be so subjective that it's crazy. It could be like a quadrillionaire just be like, I got some money to waste. I'll write it off as charity. I'll write it off as some shit. So, yeah, for 5,000 for us, it's probably like, God damn, that's a lot of money. But for fucking Bill Gates, like, whatever. That's a write-off.
So $5,000 on a fucking brand new book that he has destroyed majority of the books to make it scared. That's the thing that to me is like, wow.
Yeah. If people stop doing that, they'll quit trying. It'll force them to stop doing that kind of stuff. If people stop buying into it, people stop buying those kind of books and doing that stuff. Like, it's the people's fault for buying that stuff. Like, they're driving.
No, I understand. You know what? I remember.
Well, I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: for all my like comic book, like looker uppers, when was the last time a modern book in recent years fetched that high?
UF4.
Within the last 5 years.
Yeah.
UF4.
UF4 is not 5 years old, homeboy.
Any book that came out.
I know one that just came out last 5 years.
Last 5 years ago. Okay. See, fuck, man.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, within the past 5 years, a book that has hit 5,000.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not 5, no.
Think of is the Something's Killing the Children, all the Midwinter variant.
No, that's true.
I think people were paying. I think somebody paid $10,000 for one copy of it.
I know for sure, like 3 to 5.
3 to 5, and I want to say one of them sold for $10,000, one sold for $3,000, and then they went down a bit after that. But
that was was that a number one?
Yeah.
It's the all the
It's the
midwinter.
all the midwinter, and it's an actual rare book for a reason. Like it's actually a scarce book because it was printed for a library and
The library convention.
library convention, and people just it's not really it's
Some of them got damaged because of a
a lot
flood.
of them got
or-
damaged, so it's harder to find high grades. I think there's like 398 on the census. There might be more
No,
now.
there's more now.
There might be more now. Yeah, for a while we had the only one, and then it
One or two.
one or two. Yeah.
On the
Yeah,
button.
I
Oh,
think
so
it's
low.
good.
There we go.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a White House fine with that thing.
What? What
said
about
I
the
wouldn't
White
be-
House?
I said I wouldn't be surprised if there's a White House fine for that thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said warehouse find. Did you fucking find? Did you hear about that Venom? I mean, not the Venom, but the Spawn.
Yeah, the Spawn 306.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was supposed to be one of the rarest Spawn book ever, and
Mortal Kombat 1?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought that book, and I'm still happy I paid what I paid for it. And like,
You paid like $1.50?
shit, I paid a lot more than $1.50. I promise you that.
Like, no, I meant like 150.
no, way more than that. But see,
Well,
and that's the thing, and I think I stress this to everybody on this. There's certain books I don't give a like. I give two shits. Like I will come out my pocket to buy those books, but
Yeah.
those are the books that I want, and those are the books that are that
Right.
it doesn't
That's
come with
value
like,
for
all
you.
this other shit. Like that is my dude. That's my character, and I
Yeah.
want to get this dude.
Well, so
Yeah, you never
kind of
cosplayed
goes
as a
along
motherfucker?
with what you're saying though, because we're talking about this AM26 and say, fuck, the guy paid $5,000 for this, but
Mhm.
you're willing to pay more than $100 on a rare Spawn book, and later to find out there's fucking whole warehouse of this book. That
Well,
now
there's
you
no.
probably-
It's not. it's
Yeah,
not
but you know what?
warehouse.
It's like, where are you gonna find that book? The warehouse we're at somewhere that I'll never be at compared to places where I'm at, where I go.
Well,
like,
the
just
NetherRealm
like-
Studios is in
Yeah,
Chicago. I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying.
Illinois. It's in Illinois. So I'm assuming they probably found it somewhere in their offices. From what I understand, I think McClay was talking about it, or Thoro, one of those two, was that one of the employees, it was like a giveaway type deal. It's like, hey, we came up across with this. And he just happened to be working that day, and he snatched the whole batch up.
a whole fucking case. It was like fucking hundreds. there was-
Yeah,
there-
I think it was between 350 to 500. Don't quote me, but I think those are the numbers that I've been hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
crazy.
probably pay like 2 bills for it, like 200 max. For that book, but I'll wait till it goes down. I think when I'm with he got issues, I'll wait for the price to go down compared to how one just sold for like 3,500, right? Recently.
Dude,
Like
we
350,
just gotta make our
3,500.
own fucking exclusive.
But then,
Let's make a Spawn exclusive.
but then that goes
draw
back to
Have
Anything-
fucking Delata do a Spawn, and we'll do it. And we'll fucking make sure that's the only time that this book, and we'll make
Hey,
how many people in this man? We'll make 6. We'll make sure there's not more than 6 fucking book out there for the Spawn Delato, the exclusive for,
well,
for
but that's the
hashtag
thing.
comic talk. I'm telling you,
And
man.
whatnot.
Steve,
No.
you gotta buy it already. Daryl wants to buy it. You know what? So let's make it 7, not 6. 7.
But-
You know what?
but
We'll
that's
just
the
get
thing.
100 and fucking-
Bird City Comics, right? They talked about some of their exclusives and how one of
Okay,
one of
comics
their
and culture. We got 2 buyers. Okay, you know what? The fucking thing's gonna go up in price now.
or you have Bird City Comics who mentioned one of their exclusives that they did that ended up being outside of their print run by one of the creators that was selling it at the cons. So all these books that are exclusives or all these ratio variants and this and that, there's more than what you think. It's people that knows how to work the system. You sell one here on Whatnot, you sell one over here on eBay, you sell one on Mercari, you go to the con and sell one, and you do that every few months. Come on, like you almost gotta be like, I'm not even say that. You just got to know that there's more books than what you believe there is.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
it's like 50 or
There's
60
no
more.
way. There's no fucking way that CGC has destroyed all those books that Brian asked them to destroy. some fuckers there's some fuckers in the CGC backstore. They say, "Oh, look, you know, I'm sure he grabbed a fucking handful, put it in his fucking backpack, and now he's slowly, you know, watching within a few years, this book will appear raw and saying that, you know, it's a warehouse find. I'm telling you, this comic book thing is, you gotta take the print run as a grain of salt. And what Tito, you know, what Kingdom Comic has said is like, if you're gonna pay a certain amount for that book, make sure, regardless what happens afterward, that you're happy with that book, and because that's for your personal collection, not for the flip side of it, but just for your own sake or for your collection. Then that way, regardless if that book reaches 5,000 or $5, you will have that book in a big why, because that's the book you wanted and that's the price you paid, regardless what the aftermath.
Well,
is.
it goes back to what Tito said. It's like, it's a character. It's something that was highly valuable to him, despite the price he paid. Matter how many copies are there, because he's happy he has that comic. Is there certain comics in
he bought that book because he thought that there was only 100 out there, but now there's fucking 500 more.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's probably like 1,000.
So behind his mind, I don't care what Tito said. Behind Tito's mind, I'm sorry, Tito, but I'm speaking on behalf of you. But in back of it, kind of has to bother you in certain ways, knowing that it's supposed to be 100 print.
Yeah, it will, but it won't, because he bought it at a price that he said that was manageable to him, that he enjoyed, but he paid for, despite how many are really out there, because it's going to be a comic that's still going to be rare no matter what.
I don't think David, you fathom the length I would go to for Spawn and the money.
You see the guy, how he gets his figures?
Like,
you know, it's like he misses construction day. He says, I gotta go get a sandwich. He's going to fucking Target to go get a fucking Pizza Hut pizza, a little $4 while he's there looking for fucking exclusives. I know what he does. I'm not stupid. See, he's laughing like a motherfucker right now. He fucking muted his shit.
Bro, no, even my work people know. Like,
see?
Why are you late? Did you stop at Target? Yes, I did. Okay.
Yeah, see?
but and that's, I mean, is it a messed up way of thinking? Probably, but that's my dude. Like, that's my ride or die. And
you know what? A lot of people go out, smoke a cigar, and spend money off a cigar or cigarettes, and you go out and you go to Target and you get that whatever they're gonna, based on what they're doing during their time frame, to relax. Just your relaxing moment. You know what I mean? That's just like me. I go to the gym on my lunch when everybody's like, how the fuck you go to the gym when you're crazy? But that's my getaway. Come back ready to go. So it's one of those things where it's your escape.
Okay, so here's the thing, broski, Tito. When you guys remember Dark Knight's Metals, when Scott Snyder came out with that 6-part, you know, that solo story, it was an issue number 2. All right, it has a Delato by Bulletproof, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
The first one was the one. It was that red cover saying that it was a print run of 1,200. Okay, and then I think fuck, and it was sold out. I mean, it was sold out. And I got an email from Bulletproof saying, oh, they're going to New York Comic Con, and this will be an exclusive for them with the blue background, but you can pre-order it now for $49.99. And I'm like, oh shit! And how much? What's the print run? 500 print run. No, I'm sorry. It was a 900 print run. So I bought that shit. I got it, right? Thinking, oh, it's a 900. I don't care if this book, you know, if this book goes down, or it's a cool ass cover, it's a cameo of, you know, Batman who laughs and all that. On the day of the con, they announced that they have additional 1,000 more books that they're selling. So it's not a 900 print run. It's a fucking 1,900 print run or more. And to me, it's like, I love that cover. I love that book. But behind my head is thinking, still have that.
But how much you paid for it?
I think I paid like $50 for it.
It's not bad. That's not.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Because,
The thing is, they promised it was a 900 print run. No, I think it was a 500 print run. They went up to 900.
Maybe, of course, that store exclusive of that additional store that you purchased from, they printed out that amount. And then they got a
No,
different.
no. This fucking guy, this bulletproof guy, they say was a 500. They came up to 900, and after the con was done, it
1900.
was close to 20 something hundred print run.
Did you
So-
email?
Oh fuck yeah, I emailed.
What did they say?
I got blocked. I got blocked from Bulletproof. I said, so I told them, screw you,
I could just
Bulletproof.
see the fucking
And
email.
good for them because
you
they're fucking-
motherfuckers. You fucked me up. I paid $54.99.
And I told the whole fucking
Exactly.
YouTube community that not to buy fucking books from that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you.
If you understand-
500.
Hey, do you willing to give me half because I purchased da? I would highly appreciate it because you told me this. They would have said, yeah, for sure. But you said in a dick move, so they're gonna fuck you over like you fucking them over. So
But guess
sometimes
what
you
happened
gotta
to this
think before
fucking
you react.
Bulletproof?
I'm just saying, G.
But guess what happened? They went bankrupt. So screw them, fucking Bulletproof, and fucking screwing people around with the fucking.
10 years later,
10 years later, fucking they take all the money. They got my $50 and fucking went under.
if you miss any of the story, catch episode 3 when he said this before.
But
David,
yeah, I mean,
let me ask you this: how many exclusives do you think you buy a year?
oh
probably
shit! One time, that 1 year, I was buying close to about 50.
I believe that. I see him.
Like when Spider-Man got a new stealth suit, I bought it. When they did a festival, when they did a fucking reprint of UF4 by Mike Mayhew, I bought it. You know, when they came up with a new Spider-Man suit, I bought it. You know, when the homage of 300 on the new Spider-Man suit, I bought it. I swear to God, I think I bought like 50 store exclusive in that 1 year span. And you know what? I love my cover. I'm a cover guy.
I know. I've seen all your 4 videos.
I know.
Let's go,
There's like 8 more. I got like 8 more coming up. Like every 5 days, I'm just gonna fucking upload
That's
it.
fine.
Upload it.
That's fine.
Hey, CBA, how come you don't buy any store exclusives? Because I saw you put up 0.
Oh, I thought the question was recently. I mean, I have in the past, but not recently.
How long has it been since you bought one?
At least 4 years.
Yeah.
May I ask, like, what's your deciding factor on getting a store exclusive? What do you think about when you're like, oh, pull this trigger?
Well, I don't go to the stores anymore, so I did put some bids on some Black Widows on eBay a couple days ago, but I'm not going to spend more than a couple bucks on them.
Yeah, that's the thing about if it ain't a key or a first appearance or something that's gonna like he said, first costume or whatnot. I think the prices after a while go down a fraction of it, from being $39.99 to being $20 book after 3 to 6 months. If it doesn't sell, I've seen that happen numerous of times with exclusives. You know, I was gonna get that. I was looking at the Lotto. Was it like the villains with that? Was a guy from fucking Hercules? It was $24.99, and then they offered me $19.99 for it. I was just looking at it because I was interested in it. I didn't buy it, but I was like, I'll wait till that shit drops, or they have a wait for Black Friday during Christmas time. Buy a few of those for like $10 a pop. You always got to be patient because those are going to end up sitting in your box anyway. They're not going to go nowhere unless you're going to try to flip and make money off of buying 2-3 copies and selling it for double, if not triple the amount. So it's sometimes exclusives you can,
So Gomez, based on your conversation, you don't really buy exclusives.
I don't buy them right off the bat. Nah, like it grabs my attention, not attention to clickbait that shit. I just
He
I'll
waits
wait.
to buy 3 get 3 free.
Yeah, there you go. See, buy yeah. So it's like you end up paying $12 a pop versus when you first get them and you're paying $25 each. So it's all about now being a collector. How I am, I learned to just wait for the deals instead of FOMO. And you talked about that earlier. I'm not a FOMO guy no more. Like the new Spider-Man or whatever, all these key first appearance bullshit. I don't pay with that no more. You see in my collection, I go back to getting stories that I read and getting books that are in the past that have dropped from being a $200 book to $120 book to $80 range, where I know it's affordable now. and that's where you pick the, you'll say I'm gonna get that book because that's a key first appearance. Those are the from the 1970s, 1960s that are going to be harder to find at the price point because we're getting older in time and age, and it's my collecting's been more like that. Like I stay away from FOMO. I just get basically what I'm reading, and that's it. And then
But I think the key is to be a smart consumer. You don't have to buy exclusives or hard to find stuff and spend more than $10 on a book. I bought this for $1. It's a cool looking cover. I got it slabbed. I didn't care if it was a 9.8 or 5.5.
Yeah,
it's just something I like for my collection.
Mine too, Ron. Crack it open.
No.
The 9.2 crew like that.
Hey, send it to. He's got freaking issue. He probably will. He'll probably bump that grade up to 9.6.
No.
Hey, he got a freaking issue. Got like 10 copies of a book that he forgets. It's so funny when I watch his videos. It's like, oh, I know these that came in the mail. I was going to go buy these and realized they were in the mail, and I got like 6 copies in the mail. But I just bought 2
all the time, especially with
I laugh at his stories. This shit. Forgot I got these. These are
like the silver covers. I'll be like, God damn, I got plenty of these.
I love that shit. I laugh at that shit.
Hey, Hazel Dan, do you guys know store exclusives and what's your leading factor on store exclusives?
What was that?
Probably rather it's Archie.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we buy whatever comes out for Archie.
Not whatever. I've been pickier, but still, yeah.
Pickier. That means like if there's 10 of them, she'll buy maybe 8.
You know, and I used to buy like 2 or 3. Like
that's what picky means in this household. Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I think in the last few years, I bought one store exclusive. It was a Matina Superman Super Sons #1, and I got it, and I just like that's when I think I learned FOMO got a hold of me because I literally like the next week it was like $9.99 or some shit like that. But then after that, it took me years to go back into a store exclusive. And the next one was a Punisher #1 by Delato. And then
you remember talking about that one.
And then the following one was a Clone Wars #1, a homage cover for Star Wars, I think the High Republic.
So let me ask you guys, when it comes to store exclusive, do you guys get it for the sake of for the value that it might go up, or is it because of the cover art?
Cover art.
#1.
cover art.
I get it if it's 70% off.
And a Black Widow cover.
Oh, it has to be Black Widow. See, for me, is that when it comes to store exclusive, I get it for the sake of the cover. Regardless what the title is, or what the storyline is.
You know what? I used to do that with Marco Mastroso. Like that's like our artist. I think I forgot from France or some of that. He's almost like Delato where he does his art, and I've been big on him. I think like a year and a half ago, and I used to buy all his exclusives on Unknown and whatever for like $10 to $12. I wouldn't buy the Virgin. I was always buy the regular base cover. Always only because I liked that artist for a minute, and then he got too crazy with different stuff where I got out of hand. I do have his first artwork. I think I have like 3 or 4 copies of his first issue. He did his cover art, as I say, underground, like the zine scope. But I'm happy I have that because I know that might be valuable later down the line. But I don't know. I just do it more for the artist. I used to do it for the artist, but then it gets too heavy. So now I do it like in the price range. I think mine's price point. I said if the point is if it's a $10 comic and it's like a variant, looks like a ratio of 120 and 25, I'll probably pay that. But if it's going to be $39.99 or $29.99 for a book that's not even worth that and could be half later down the line, I stay away from that shit. I would buy me an action figure. Hey, Tito, you got mail?
What? Somebody fucking his girlfriend is texting it up. So going back again is that it's to a point where like having an exclusive to destroying it to make scarcity, to me it shouldn't be done. It should not. You know. So if anyone who's if any retailers is watching this on a rerun, please be transparent. If you say it's a 600 print run, show us a video you destroying the rest of the copies. Be transparent.
Right.
That ain't never gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, because Sunshine did it. He
The campfire.
yeah, the campfire. He freaking threw it in the campfire. Like nobody has it. Like
Yeah. I
no,
don't know.
seriously. I mean, it's
No, that was what was that? Fantastic Four #5. That's what that was with the
yeah, exactly. It was
an artificial cover.
artificial cover, but he was transparent. I
think
mean,
one
he
of the
threw it
problems
in
that
the
I had
fire.
was,
So it's so
yeah, I was thinking. I think one of the problems that I have is like, I don't want something until it starts going up. I just don't care about it. Couldn't care less, and then it starts going up in value, and I'm like, man, I really want that book, and then I see it started going down. I'm like, oh, now I don't care about it anymore. So sometimes
So you never cared about that book.
So I never
like-
cared about that book, right? Yeah. So there's just a lot of books that I don't care about, but then I just end up kind of like really wanting it and get obsessed with it because the value's going up, and then after it starts kind of going down, and it's like, well, I don't care anymore, and now I don't want the book. So I get kind of, I got to be careful with stuff like that sometimes and stuff. I don't know if it's necessarily FOMO as much.
It
as
is. I think
it's a form of it, I guess. Yeah, but it's like but I'm also that way with like anything. Like if there's a $150 shirt and then a $10 shirt and they're completely identical, for some reason that $150 shirt looks a lot better to me. Even though I know it's not necessarily true, it just kind of feels that way, or so I get kind of weird about stuff like that sometimes. So I got to kind of be careful with.
it's weird because it's weird you said that, Joe, because my wife, well, I don't want to throw her under the book, but we saw a pair of shoes at Nordstrom Rack for, I think it was for $55. And she's like, no.
I heard that name and I already know that's big money.
About it, no. And we went to the store, boutique, and we saw the same pair of shoes for $95.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I like this shoe. So we end up getting that $95 shoes, which we could have gone back and bought the same shoes for $55. But I can kind of see, I can kind of see the whole mentality is like where you get it from, when you get it. There's a whole, the star has to be aligned to make, for you to decide that you're going to pay extra.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
So you bought the $55 shoe and you sold it on eBay for how much?
No, we didn't sell it. We bought the $95 shoe, so we.
Okay.
Hey, but happy wife, happy life.
Right.
Yes.
It's worth
Thank you.
$95 investment.
Who bought it? She did or you did? That's a trick question.
Oh, I did, of course, man.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, and I on our group chat. Ron, I'm gonna add you to a group chat on Instagram. But there was one link that I think Tito has sent us. That's saying that New Comic Book is suing some comic shop or something, and he won at the court.
It's a hot.
Yeah, Hot Comics at Asheville Comics.
Yeah, can you want to kind of elaborate that, because I thought that was kind of interesting that a brand new comic collector got influenced by
a brand new comic collector. So first of all, credit where credit's due. That video came from Bearded Comic Bro. I think that's his name. Pretty legit guy. Very objective on things. He doesn't really jump to conclusions, nor does he yell at people and condescend and talk down. But anyways, sorry about that little tangent.
No problem, King. You always talk shit about me.
Not you, dumb. I was referring to somebody. Anyways, so basically what happens, the backstory is this Asheville Comics / Hotshot Comics was taking in orders, whether it be eBay, in person, to get them out to CGC. However, it was found out that the money that he was getting could have possibly been using to buy other stuff. So when it was time to start paying for those books, he didn't have the money on hand. And from what I understand, it's close to $50,000 debt that he's in with CGC. So this guy was like, yo, where the fuck are my books? I want my books back, this and that and the other. And then after for so long, the guy was like, you know what? I'm just going to take you to
Court.
to civil court and sued him, and he was successful. Now, whether or not he's going to get that money, that's a whole different story. Because once word gets around that, his settlement came, in his favor, I'm pretty sure other people that are in his position are going to go after him too. So, Asheville Comics can easily just file for bankruptcy. And that I don't know the legalities behind that.
Yeah, he's gonna get his money regardless, even if he's gonna have to owe. It's gonna be one of those trickle down effect.
Yeah, and the problem was Asheville was it was he was posting on his Instagram, playing it down, and people started calling on the Beer Comic Bro was Bronze Age Nerd. I'm sorry, it's Bronze Age Nerd. That's who it was, Bronze Age Nerd, who started following it, and I guess they made some kind of secret Facebook group with all the victims of this comic book shop.
Damn.
And all the stories started lining up, and
that's crazy.
Yep. But
why would anyone in their right mind spend $50,000 at a comic book store?
No. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know. I don't think he actually said how much he spent, but the LCS actually was $50,000 in debt because of all the books that he was sending off to get graded.
They owed CGC $50,000 in grading costs.
Yes.
Holy shit!
I can't even process
how many freaking books do you be sending out to be in debt for $50,000 in just in grading? God,
dude, I don't know. I mean, go to his video, Bronze Age Nerd. I think it's his last video. He actually has a guy up there that sued him, and obviously they can't really go into too much detail, but he kind of gave us the gist of how it all came about.
well,
I mean, but that to me, when you have like a scenario like that kind of opens up the door to a lot of other things, right?
Start sending books to CGC.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that, or be careful on what you say and how you present yourself, and what words you choose to sell yourself to get customers. Right?
Yeah, I think he just did all that CGC and didn't pay him, and when he got all the books, he sold it. Like he said, he just made profit out of it.
No. Those books are in a vault in CGC.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from what I understand, they're graded. They're just not being released because of payment. Damn. And the problem, I think this is where a little bit of speculation comes in, is that so let's say here's an example, right? Let's say something happens with Asheville Comics that guy is no longer can be found.
Yeah.
Right. So now
Somebody he can't be found. Somebody killed what? His MIA?
I'm throwing out a scenario.
That's just an example, my G.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was thinking, wow.
So he can't be, you can't contact this guy.
He's really serious about that comic book.
You have all these customers that paid this much money for CGC, and now they can't get their books back because CGC can't get hold of the person who initiated that invoice. So how do you work with that? There's got to be a way to fix that issue for all these customers out there that says, hey, I sent the books, you guys got my books. Because from what I understand, that when that guy that was on Bronze Age Nerd's channel, there wasn't an itemized listing of all his books. He was written. It was a paper copy that said $125 for CGC, and that's it. But it doesn't specify what books they were that he submitted. It was only through an email that he was able to confirm those books that Asheville had, and with that email, he was able to figure out.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
That is so messed up.
Yeah, it is. It is. One, okay. One, never give a book to your LCS to get it graded.
Yeah.
Two, don't send more than 25 books to get it graded. And three, the three is just don't send anything to somebody that you think that if you lose it, you'll go crazy over. Like that's for me. It's like if I ever come across an AF-15 raw, I don't think I ever would send it to CGC to get it graded. Honestly,
Really?
no.
Would you do walkthrough like at a
No,
convention?
even walkthrough. No, I think I would just keep that as
Like
raw.
offsite grading.
Yeah. No, I don't think I would send it to CGC or CBCS or any other grade. I think if I ever come across that raw, I think I'll just keep it raw. And I'll buy all that raw material to slide all that I don't know, what's that sheet, the sheet that you put in between pages, so it absorbs the acid.
Would you read it?
Would I grade it?
Would you
Read it.
Oh yeah, I think I'll read the shit out of it, honestly, and I'll make a video out of it. Me reading that AF-15. Yeah, I would have a smoker jacket with a thing. I say, "Hello, this is a reading time with Gimmick Comics." In my hand is an AF-15.
Hey, on your next video, like, do your fucking variant shit, go and then start off with the fucking.
Feel like a
The
monocle.
fucking shit just blowing in the front of the fucking street. Now you guys, I'm gonna like you my top variants and the reason why.
But you understand that the predicament.
You want to see fire? Here's the fire.
Well, see fire and ice.
But you understand the predicament those customers are in with their books. Like,
Yes,
There-
yes, I understand. If that was me, I don't know, man. I think let's say that one of the books was AF-15. Let's say that I give this motherfucker my AF-15 get it graded, and somehow that is in
Double
CGC
masterpiece.
vault. What would
No,
I do? What would I do?
no.
You know what?
No, the better question is
What?
So good.
the better
Well,
statement.
I think he closed down at stores.
No, the better statement is what happens if 3 AF-15s were in the vault. That's the better question. How can you identify who AF-15 goes to who, and how are you going to manage that?
I say we find that vault and break into it. Let's go, David.
Yeah, man. Let's
Hell,
go, Brewski.
All
Let's go to
opinions
CGC.
expressed in this panel is of the owner user and does not reflect everybody else's opinion on the matter.
I could request some time off from my work. What do you need?
Hell no.
I got like 120 hours.
Fuck around and watch there be a break in and they watch this video. And next thing we know, we're all invested.
If it was Spawn exclusive, huh?
I don't know.
I'll be there in a jiffy.
No,
Hey, my
but-
days of
hey,
being in
hey,
trouble are long past me. No more. No.
Hey. Do you feel that this grading company should be a little bit more transparent and kind of show exactly what is going on from step one to when they're receiving the package, right? I mean, it's just a process. Like, okay, this is what we do. We get your package, we put it here. Okay, we open it, we slam it here, and nobody's wearing gloves now. And then it goes through the whole process. And I think there should be some kind of transparency
Well,
On-
I mean, it depends on what level of transparency you're talking about because
It just step in just step like I'll be the guy saying, okay, hi, I'm David, I'm the staff of CGC, and this is what your book is go through once it receives
On camera.
our facility. This guy named Joe here, he opens the books, he lays the book. It's gotta be some type of fucking video.
Details.
Yeah, and this is a grader. This is grader Adam. Adam, say hello to
You
the
are all
public.
actors, bro.
You know, gotta have some kind of transparency. Like
Hey, now
this-
have a
Hi,
gentleman. Clay.
my name is Adam, and I grade books.
yes, I grade
No,
book. All right, next. All
I
right,
don't care
I'm
how
the
they
master
do it. It's not
grader.
gonna do it.
Look,
As long as I can keep the
some type of level of transparency because there's absolutely nothing. We have nothing. We don't know where the package sits when they get into the facility. We don't know who actually take care of those books and take them out of those boxes they get.
Never
right?
will.
How is it all laid out? How big is
So you want it Subway status where you see them make your sandwich.
Yeah,
You gotta watch the guy.
Yes. I
You want to
want to
find
know
out
like step by step. A guy walking in is saying, "Oh, here's your book. This is a facility. This is where the books are." And next is like, okay, so this is Roxanne. She's the one that put everything in our
Okay.
CDC census and so. And goes to the graders and say, "Hey, this is grader Tito, grader Gomez. This is grader Alex." And say hello. Hi, we grade your book.
well, yeah, that's not going to happen because if somebody doesn't like their grade, they're going to go look for fucking Tito.
Fucking Gomez.
No, everybody has
Come
their
on, keep the weight in his hand.
everybody has
Get
the
his
mask.
ass.
Because see, that's the whole thing too. They should have a mask, goggles, and fucking gloves. Like
This
if
guy
it's
ain't
COVID, it's like
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
COVID-19's over.
It's like COVID-19 again. Just have
This
that
guy.
thing and just
Yeah, you still gonna see hairs all over them shits, no matter what. So ain't no
because
guarantee.
the reason I'm saying this is because CGC has become such a huge when it comes to this comic book collecting, and they have the corner market where they can monopolize this, which they are. I think they should be a little bit more transparent. A little. I'm not saying give us the whole picture. Give us somewhat transparency. It's like what is going on in that warehouse.
See what the thing is when you're saying that they're gonna give you what they want to give you, not what actually is gonna happen. That's how it is in reality. No matter what you think, they're gonna show. If they want, you want a video, we're gonna give you video of the nicest, cleanest area, the way we handle books, the way they want you to see handled, not what's gonna happen off camera. That's part of the business, part of life.
It don't
Yeah,
matter.
Regardless
But
of what
just,
you say,
but
they're
just
gonna give you what
us
you want to see,
something.
but what's not really gonna be happening.
But
That's
give
it.
us something. Give us something. Right now, all we get is
I'm
a
gonna make you a video of how I
of
think
punches.
CGC handled this.
I don't know. It's just it's just to a point where I don't feel comfortable sending out books to CGC anymore.
Only to Daryl.
I don't feel comfortable in
No,
this.
it-
I want to know a
like-
little bit more about how they actually grade the books, like not the process, but like how do you come up with that grade? Because I don't.
But
I think they released how they grade.
They
some
have
of
the
stuff, but I don't know.
CGC book now. Did you know that they finally have that?
Yeah, but I don't know. if
The
it's
Yeah,
like-
you know
CGC grading.
that book is on sale now. You can get it for like I think when it
Yeah,
first came
is that-
out, it
is
was
that what they
$50. I
actually
think
write
it's like
now to
$19.99
grade
now.
their book.
Yeah, it supposedly shows the process of how they evaluate different,
Criteria?
golden age, silver age. They like have a process, and
Yeah.
Say, why
Yeah,
a book?
Years.
I'm not a reader. I don't
Yeah,
even read comic book. Give me a video.
Is that information that they released relevant to what?
Show no tell, how you one of those guys?
is it accurate?
Is it accurate?
I don't know.
Do what?
Give
I
me
don't
a
know.
video.
I haven't looked at the book. You have to buy it. I think David was right. It was about like $50. I don't know if they have it. You said they have it on sale now.
Yeah, it's on sale. It's like $19.99. It's on sale.
Get it so you can show us in the next show.
Yeah. I don't buy that book. Like I told
Limited
you, I don't
edition.
read books.
David, it's a limited edition. You have to get it.
Oh no,
And technically, it's a store
Yeah,
exclusive.
limited 500 copies.
it's a CGC, it's a CGC exclusive. All right, I'm in because you know why? Because there's Spider-Man on that freaking on that.
Oh, come on.
Spider-Man. I'll draw you Spider-Man on the corner. Sucker.
Oh man.
I can't say nothing. I bought Overstreet's book 2 years ago only because
I can
Spawn
see
was
that.
on it.
You still on Beckett's.
Oh, that would be nice, AG Surfer.
I heard
Get their books.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Grading book graded. That's a 9.9 all day, baby.
yeah. Hey, you know what? This gun. You know, since we're talking about CGC, do you feel like as if you were sent to CGC or CBCS just to get it encapsulated, but you don't need to have the grade?
That's like
Would
art.
you-
That's like art. And when you get art graded, sometimes they can't grade the art. They just put art on it.
Why don't you just
Yeah.
do it yourself?
No.
You could
So-
just do it yourself. They have. You're
Nowadays,
talking about comic books,
Yeah, comic books.
but they have those self-slabbing things you
No,
can buy.
no. I don't want self-slamming. That looks really cheap. CGC looks good. The reason I'm asking is because I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you guys know this,
Right.
but San Diego Comic-Con this year, San Diego Comic-Con, they had a collaboration with Keith and Marvel celebrating their 60th anniversary, and Keith had done this ASEC his own variant of comic book and Marvel cards. Now those Marvel cards, not all of it, but I think there's some parallels that is been sent to PSA, but it doesn't have a grade on it. It's just encapsulated by PSA. Then I was thinking to myself, like, that's a pretty good damn idea. Like, I would send my books with the covers that I love just to send to this grading company, not for the grade of it, but just to get it encapsulated with no grade.
That's the worst fucking money spent I've ever heard in my life. That's even worse than overspending on Spawn. Like, what?
But that's you. You spending $200 something dollars on Spawn when I'm what I'm really
No,
to do
you
is
can get a top loader
Yeah.
with
Yep.
with
All day.
a 30 count fucking back on it, or a top loader that does the exact same thing.
no, but
Yeah.
I want that CGC label.
Gomez, is that like a? I've seen that book before. What is that?
Well, that's just the was it the
Oh
Mind
yeah.
It's pretty. Is that pretty expensive or what?
Nah, it's probably like a $50 book. $40
50,
book.
yeah, I mean like $50. It's not like a
$50
cheap book.
and he say, nah, it's not an expensive book.
No, yeah,
Look, man,
I've seen that around. I've seen that around
you're
before.
like, nah,
$5,000 versus
$50 book.
$5.
But I'm just saying, like anything I pay like premium, I put them all on top loaders. You know,
Yeah,
that's,
top loaders all day.
that's anything I pay over 25 plus, and I know something that's for my PC. I don't really get them graded just to get them graded if I know the grading.
No, but okay.
I'm not
but,
in that version right now.
But I'm saying is,
Um,
all right, you crazy collectors. You guys were willing to spend $50 on a fucking comic book and put a Mylar and so and so top loader, but
Yes,
you wouldn't spend $10 to get that book encapsulated by CGC.
see,
with no
but you're talking about $10. Okay, you pay $10 plus shipping in return. So you're actually going to pay another $40. So a $50 book returns to a $100 book in a heartbeat because of all the process. Then you have to wait for it. So that's like another month or two. So it's like, why are you going to risk that shit if you don't care about the grade at the moment? When the return, I don't know. If that's just me. It's just I do the math in my head, and it's like if I'm gonna pay this much for the book, I might as well be patient and wait for the right time to get it graded. If it's not going nowhere.
I don't know.
David
No,
got me.
I was just thinking. If CGC has done that, it would do that without grading, without graders going through, looking
That's
at
a
my
long
books
process,
and
you know.
process.
A lot of
I'm
process.
pretty certain if you called up there and you said, "Give me an NG,"
Yeah, that's basically.
No,
what you
I
get.
don't even want
a green
NG.
label. You can
No,
get a green label.
wait,
Orange.
who the fuck say NG? I don't want no NG.
Basically, that's what you're doing. It's a no grade.
Yeah, but I don't want NG fucking on top of that corner instead of 9.8.
You want blank?
I just don't want
want
anything. Just give me a title. Give me the year that was
Said you're
published.
welcome.
Huh?
Hey, how's this? How's this?
What?
Call Daryl and say, I know you got about 83 million fucking broken slabs. I'm going to send you this book. Print out me a nice little yellow CGC fucking label. Encapsulate this book, and boom, there you go. You're done.
Why yellow?
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Whatever
Orange.
color fruits your
Green.
boot. Whoa.
I mean, David. Well, I'm just saying. Like, I think there will be. It's an idea. If, you know, knowing that your book is okay. Let's say your fucking book is not a 9.8. So everybody wants a 9.8. So you know that that's a 5.0 on a modern book, but you just want to get it encapsulated, right? So it's figured.
Has any YouTuber done their own exclusive label on
No.
a CGC thing?
Yeah, Comic-Con.
His symbol is actually on the label.
No, nobody has.
That's
No,
what I'm
not on
saying.
the label. No, not on the label.
So David, you have to do it first before everyone.
Yeah, sideways.
You
like
have
that,
to have a
right?
David label. Seeking near mint.
That would be awesome.
I don't know.
I would buy
I'm
it.
just.
Like,
But
he's
you
just
know,
ranting.
but you know what? I think we should do it. Actually, I think we should do an exclusive.
This ain't gonna happen.
I ain't
How
doing no
much?
fucking
You
How
keep
much?
saying that. It
said
just
it.
sounds
We'll
like a
do a
scam.
GoFundMe. You know
Well,
what? I'll open up a
ask-
GoFundMe that you know support my exclusive by GoFundMe. I will,
How much is
I will
it?
find out,
You
like,
said it's 10,000?
I think it's
You said it was
10,000.
10 grand, right? To do something like
That's
that?
if you do
Yeah,
Marvel,
that's our
though. You
goal.
don't have to do Marvel.
Yeah,
How
as much as I bash store exclusive, fuck no. You know how much shit I'll be getting on for doing that?
No, we'll do Spawn. Fuck, so you can get in.
I
Tito.
get two
We'll do a
shits.
Spawn.
I don't support store exclusives like that. I'm not
See,
putting my
but if
not
you
a
get an
store.
artist, what if you get Tom McFarlane to do it?
That's cool. It'll be a one-on-one sitting inside my room. I can guarantee you that. Fuck no.
You know what? I think I'll try find out Image. What would be cost to have an exclusive through Image, and what's the print run has to be, and if we can use like I don't know Spawn. Let's do a
I'll be-
Spawn. Let's do a fucking. Hey, did Delato ever do Spawn?
Yeah, he did. He did.
He did. Delato.
Yeah,
Gabriel Delato did Spawn.
Or was it
Gelato
Matina?
didn't do Spawn.
No, it was Matina. It was
Yeah, it was
Matina.
Patina.
It was Matina.
Yeah.
I was
Who
mistaken.
gets
So
to
there we
keep the
go.
original art
You know
though?
what? We'll Yvonne, you reach out to Delato and say that we want to do an exclusive for our
This motherfucker wants everybody to do the work while he sits back. Good job, guys. Okay, next.
Hey, good.
Hey,
Hey,
we'll go with
Tito,
you.
and Tito,
See how
during
much
your
it
work,
costs.
during your break, Tito, during your break, what you want to do is you want to call up Image and find out like what the print run was going to be.
He just the fucking Dave. He wants to do all dirty work while he takes the credit. This is done by D and MC.
But I don't know. I think this just going back again. Store exclusive is coming to a point where is it really worth it?
Well, I don't know. It's because a lot of those artists are becoming main cover artists for covers of comics too as well. So I don't know. It's a mixture of shit. It's a lot of stuff out there. Trust me. A lot of homages too.
Yeah, I mean, there's some lot of books that I saw the covers like, oh God, I need to have this, but I said, you know
I did
what?
the same thing.
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
just
at
that
the
one
very end, you don't
thing of
push that
FOMO.
button.
No, but I did. But I did with that fucking Sabrina comic. That homage to
Sound kind
Omega
of sad
Man.
when you said that.
Hey, he has a first
I
appearance
did.
of this,
I did with that Sabrina comic. Yeah.
and only 200 print run. So they
Are
say.
you sure? Did you see it's up to almost to 500 now?
Are you serious? It's like a
Yeah,
fucking
dude,
another
no,
book.
I heard it was up to 750.
Simplicity.
Yvonne, we need to call Great Wall of Comics.
Yellow shaking.
No, the Archie print runs are low, but that's also because, I mean, I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
sure it's not
not-
manufactured though.
No, I mean,
I'm just kidding. It probably is.
well, but they're not destroying anything. They allow like smaller print runs, unlike
Yeah,
Marvel.
I think you can. I think you can ask them like, I want to do a 200 print run. I think they'll okay it, right? When it comes to Archie.
So, David, you're not at the point in your life where you can stop yourself from grabbing that store exclusive.
Or the variants.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, right now, yes. Year
So you have
last
the
year,
restraint. You
last
have the
year,
restraint
no.
now.
Last year, no. I was just fucking all over a store exclusive because of covers. But this year, yeah, I'm very, very. I haven't pre-ordered anything except that Sabrina, but everything else is pretty much it.
David got me with the FOMO with this.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you
This
go.
Christmas. How
Well,
many
there
did you get?
really,
How
there
many did
really
you
is
get?
something to that anxiety and hoarder mentality and that FOMO and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
How many did you get of those ones? Just one or two?
I just got one,
Okay.
but I also David got me with this too
Booster pack.
because he just you had to mention that Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings thing with the $2 million serial ring,
Bounty?
right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you had to mention that. You know, I
You're
had
a hell of an influencer, David.
I
I'll
had
buy
not
scratches
touched-
because he,
I
David.
influence one member at a time.
There you
Ron,
go.
I've been
Ron, I had
Yes.
not touched Magic in 7 years because I used to play all the time. And as soon as David mentioned that 2 million, I'm like, what? I haven't thought of Magic the Gathering for 7 years.
Hey, talking about Magic is that Disney came out with their own card game called Jesus, I forgot what it called. But Disney came out with their own Magic type of cards with Disney
What?
characters.
A card
Yeah.
game?
Yeah, a card game. Just
Hazel
like Magic.
Dan was telling me about a Marvel card game, right?
Do what?
I don't know about Marvel, but this is
Yeah,
from Disney.
Marvel
It's called
card.
But it's not. It's not like
Yeah.
there's no chase cards or
No,
anything.
There's no collectible.
No, there is. There is a chase card.
For the
There is?
Disney thing?
Yeah,
no,
for the
not the
Disney
one you're
thing.
talking about. The one you play.
Okay.
There's
No, I'm talking about like
there's-
for Marvel Champions. It's just a card game that you play, but I don't know of any like rare valuable cards they have or anything like that for it. I don't think they have anything like
Well,
that. It's just kind of a fun game to play.
Thank you, Daryl. It's called Disney Locana.
Lorcana?
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's different. Yeah.
I gotta say that there's like 3 different conversations going on, and I'm having a hard time trying to figure out whose conversation we're going with.
But
I don't think we are going.
we're having the same conversation,
We're
Tito.
talking about card games.
Bro, we were literally on Magic, then we jumped on Disney, then we're at Marvel, then we go to Disney, then we go to Magic, then we go. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
We're talking about
What game are we doing?
Just
They're all card games.
Card games.
I was looking at the
Yeah.
Black Widow card for Marvel Champions. That's what I was doing.
Okay.
Do you have
But-
that?
I don't have that one. No. I've played it before. It's fun to play. But yeah.
But I heard Disney has like, I heard this Disney Locana card is gonna be something that people gonna want to have, because I heard it's gonna be like a really popular. This is like the very first series of these cards, and I don't know. They say that this probably will overtake the Pokemon in US.
The
And
artwork
within a
on it
year.
looks pretty cool. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Well, it is a pretty
No.
cool card. What is that? Wait, well,
That
hold
it?
on.
It's a Spawn card.
Oh, it's a spawn card.
Why am I not surprised?
Wait, for people, hey, since Doom
Doom.
is on the
Yeah,
chat here, to
motherfucker.
let you guys know that the 9.2 crew is having a reunion next week Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah, at the Alex the Comic Holder channel, and I believe it's gonna be on 9 p.m. Central Time.
All
So-
4 original members?
Also, yeah. So we got you got Alex, you got the Doom, you got Freddy 562, and you got me, and we don't know if Master X will be, but
Oh, I forgot about Master X. Yeah.
so he is on a probable right now. So it's a game time decision. If it's a 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm sorry. So it's gonna be it's gonna be 6. So yeah. So
It's my
More
small
fun.
cards.
wait.
My small cards.
Wait. Is that the chromium? Is that the chromium? Is that the chromium edition, Tito?
Yeah.
Damn, that's sweet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got weird spawn shit everywhere.
So you're never going to bust that open, huh?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, dude, I got boxes in here. I don't even know what the fuck is in here. So, like, I doubt.
Hey, okay. I want to talk about nostalgia. Nostalgia. Because during the chat on IG today, you guys been showing off all these gargoyles and Ninja Turtles and all this thing. And you guys are spending all this money on action figures, comic books,
Okay.
whatever it is.
Mhm.
Do you feel that nostalgia get the best of you when it comes to certain things? And Alex with the magic, mine with the Penthouse magazines. And
Yeah.
but the thing is, does the nostalgia get the better of you when it comes to certain things? I got the same thing, Alex. I pre-ordered that months ago. Because I watched and I see like Transformers, like toys, the first edition toys that people are willing to pay like $3,000-4,000 on Optimus Prime, action figure that you actually you play with.
And I don't know. You know what? I think it depends on what the price point and if you really dig into any nostalgia towards your base of your childhood memories. That's what got me to get the Gargoyles. Going back to what you said, Gargoyles was a thing of my era. It brings back memories that I had. I get those NECA figures, but I get them to a price point where I feel it's manageable to purchase it because it goes back to I'm not gonna pay no $60 or $70 for it just to get it now, but I'll pay that $34-35 what it's worth range because I figured those ones would be kept for me for a long time because those are some of those memories. Just like I don't know, there's a few figures in here that I enjoy having. There's a few that I grab just to grab and I mistake. So it's gonna be a mixture, but for the most part there's certain collections that I like to complete. It's almost like everybody knows pop figures. Now they get the pop figures and they grab that pop figures and they go,
Don't even go with pop figures.
and they go, oh
Jeez.
shit, there's about another 6 that you got to collect to complete the set. Now everybody wants 3 sets of pop figures. And that's what happens when you get nostalgia or whatever. You say, shit, if I'm going to get one, I might as well get the whole set on certain things. And it becomes it's a money thing where you end up buying and space. So it's hard because when you buy these, you have to make sure you have space and you have available funds for it. Let's just say that. So it all depends. Everybody's different.
No, I'm yes.
Oh,
Go ahead, Joe.
sorry. Oh, no, go ahead. I don't want to mean to interrupt anybody.
No, you were.
No, go ahead.
I was just
It's
going
just
to
David.
say something what Gomez said, but it's not important. But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I've had this book here since I was a kid, and
Like that.
it's had a lot of.
Oh.
Basically, it just shows like a lot of like the history of like some golden age books. It has like a bunch of just a bunch of different books in here, and tells you a little bit about the history of it. And
Okay.
at some point, I'm
Information.
gonna get as many things as I can.
Show that for pictures.
Yeah, let me see if there's.
Highlight that, brother.
Yeah.
Come on, David.
Yeah, so it just
You
Oh,
frozen
there we
or
go.
what?
Yeah.
You frozen?
yeah,
Not getting that one.
no.
Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I remember that one.
Yeah, and I've got about 3 books out of here so far. But every time I see something at auction or on eBay or somewhere for sale that has one of these in there, I get really excited about it, and I always want to buy it. You know, so some of them are pretty expensive, and some of them aren't quite too bad. They're still expensive, but they're not quite as bad as But yeah, there's just some. I just want as many as I can get, and there's just something that kind of
That's awesome. That's like a goal.
So
gold
that's
plating.
like a checklist right there.
Yeah.
it's a checklist.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and they're rare books. They're hard to find, but I got that one.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
one. Let's see here.
The Sheena isn't too bad.
I've got that one.
The jumbo.
Jumbo comic.
Wait, let me solo you out. Hold on.
There you go.
There you
There, David, 3 hours later.
That one.
That one wasn't bad.
That one wasn't too bad. Yeah, and then I got one more in here. So I've got that
Yeah,
one.
fuck that motherfucker. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got those
Ooh.
3, but yeah, that's a cool one.
And those books ain't cheap either. You know what I mean? Those
No,
books.
they get pretty expensive. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
some of them are like several $1,000s, and some of them are like
Yes.
just a few hundred. You know,
And those you get the five.
Joe's gonna be like Gomez right now. It's only $2,000.
yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of them are kind of around that. So it'll be it's a lifelong goal for me.
Yes.
And
That's
I
awesome.
started trying to really obtain them maybe a couple of years ago, and so far I've got 3 of them. So they just pop up every once in a while. When they do, I just really geek out, and I get really excited about it and
Hell
have the
yeah.
potential to possibly get it. And a lot of times I'm not able to get it because it's just too much money or whatever. I just don't have the money right now. And there's other stuff I'd rather have, I guess, sometimes. But it's just a lifelong goal for me. And there's some of them here that you can probably get for a few $100, which is still a lot of money. But I mean, like this one I'll never have.
Right.
I've never even seen that book.
Is
before.
that a story
You
of
like
Fu
yo,
Manchu?
facsimile, baby?
Yeah,
It's a-
it's Detective Comics #1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Detective Comics #1, and it's just like a really, really rare book and really, really, really expensive. I've
Wait,
never
I
even seen-
think. I think Daryl has that book.
No. Seriously?
I know he has a book that has a Chinese man face on it. Yeah,
That right
you know
there?
what? Hold on. I'm gonna check his. I'm gonna check out his.
Yeah, it's Detective Comics #1. It's the very, very first Detective Comics ever.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I think he does have it. I
think he
remember.
has it.
Yeah, I think he found it for super cheap, like probably about 6 years ago.
Right, and he was thinking he graded it, and he was thinking that he never cleaned it, and I think he cracked it open and he cleaned it and he sent it back and came back. I think almost the same grade.
I want to say it was a super high grade, like really fucking high grade.
I know he highlighted it on his Instagram.
Yeah.
The highest
No, I remember
grade
that.
on CGC Census is like a 7.0, I believe.
Yeah.
Hey Daryl,
It's
if
a
you're
really-
still in the chat, if you could kind of confirm that you do have that Detective Comics #1,
Yeah.
and
Pretty sure he
what
does.
grade it was. I'm
Yeah,
just
I wanna
going through
say
his. I'm just going through his Instagram page right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's that book, he found it like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I would say, dude, honestly, I think he spent like maybe $50 or $100 on it,
Oh
if I
my
remember
gosh.
right.
I mean, stuff
That
happens.
stuff happens, man. If you got that for $50, holy cow!
Or Atomic
I
Comic.
believe that because he go. The one I got was
Yeah,
Atomic.
Oh no, it's an Atomic Comics.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great book. Yeah, I know that's a great book too.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are
see,
great
but it's
books.
the same Chinese character.
Okay,
See,
yeah.
I knew there was
I know
some
what you're talking
Chinese.
about. Yeah, Atomic Comics, they have covers that look a lot like, some of the detective comics. They kind of, I've gotten them confused before. They're very similar. Very awesome book. Yeah, that's a really cool book. But
Fucking
yeah, I don't know.
9.4. He got a
what?
9.4.
Golly, man.
Yeah, I remember it being
That's
super
awesome.
high.
Amazing.
God damn. And look. And he also got Playboy with. Hey Daryl, I'm gonna hit you up with that first Penthouse. Okay. I need to get that thing slabbed. So yeah, as for me, nostalgia is getting the best of me because
Hey,
I love
hold
Star
on,
Wars.
hold on. Let me jump back to Gomez real quick. Hey Gomez,
Yeah.
when you talked about nostalgia and the gargoyles and stuff like that, have you ever thought about just saying bump it, go back to the original toy?
I looked at that when it came with the gargoyles. I seen how much they go for and stuff on IG. I did my research on the figures.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive, but I'll probably wait till I see them out in the streets like a cons. I think you get better deals at a con than you would at eBay or some sort. So I've looked in it and thought about that on certain Spawn figures and gargoyle figures, X-Men figures. I've done my research in my mind, but I've been like, I'll wait till the right time. And I haven't really gone to many cons, but I can't pay that on on eBay or secondary market at the time right now.
Yeah, that's how I am with Silverhawks and Thundercats. It's like I need to go at least buy Quicksilver and Lion-O with the original mint and just call it a good day.
Yeah, I'm with you on a certain characters that I'm on the fence of getting, but not right now. I think when I get like in the state where I know I have the space and the area of kind of idea where I want to put them at. I think we talked about that on IG of having space for these figures, and that's where I'm looking at right now as opposed to space with comics. So it's a trickle down effect, but it could work if you have a game plan. And that's the only thing about being an avid collector. It's having the time to have the game plan. You've seen your videos of shit. I've seen my videos of shit I have. It's the time and space to store these things. I can afford them possibly, but I don't want to get them just to get them. I want to get them to be able to show it off.
So let me ask you this: once you get your shelves and stuff like that, are you gonna keep them in the box or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Never take them out. There's no point. What the fuck? What's the point of putting them out if they're just gonna sit there and be statued up anyways? If I'm gonna do that, I might as well just get a mint figure in a box and then get loose figures that they sell icons and stuff that are identical, and just have the loose figures that are paid less, but that have been open already and pleasurized, whatever the fuck, and be able to.
Where is your mind at, homeboy?
What do you mean?
You gonna pleasure your toys? Is that what you're gonna do?
I think you're gonna catch that word. I threw that shit out in the air just to fuck with you.
No, see, once I get my shelves, I like to have scenes. So majority of my toys are going to bust out and
scenes. What for? What do you want scenes for?
Because that's like what the purpose of the toy is.
I see your point in that.
Comics in the house in the chat.
What up, Bubs? No, I understand what you're doing because I've seen the videos of people that do those kind of like rendering videos of the figures. It's pretty dope. If you got time for that, then do that. But I ain't got time.
I ain't got time for that shit.
Exactly. Slow motion when you try to do Coraline.
I'm just saying, like I like my toys to remind me of why I bought them.
Yeah, no, I understand. But
my mind is somewhere else.
mean, if you're a grown ass man that needs toys, then I mean,
But no, I understand your point though, Tito, on the poison. It depends though, because there's gonna be a point where, fuck, I got these. I want to open them up, but I don't see myself open like those turtle figures I showed you guys earlier. Those ones are fucking dope. Even opening them up with all those little gadgets and bullshit they got, that'll be dope to just be able to see it firsthand. But at the same time, it's like I got the time or the place to store that shit when it's open. So it's a tough thing. But I got a book that I got that was pretty dope the other day. That he said my books is called what's it called, the variant covers. So this was pretty dope because it talks about a lot of the variant covers and all the shit that came out in time in the 8 years. It's pretty neat talking about Marvel. So I was looking into this the other day. I was thinking of David and even
gotta grade that shit.
The Doom 143, like stuff that you will not even know that's out there right now. That's probably you pay nothing for anymore. You know, that's what I look at as opposed to like doing my research of based on comics that I've gotten a couple variants from for a fraction. I think what Comic Book SD says, like I paid like $5-6 for it when they were going for like 10 to 15 at the time or 20. So I trace back to the old time of the variants and look at that too sometimes.
hey, CBA is on that eBay right now looking at shit.
She is. Look at it. Yeah, loose figures.
He's bidding on that Black Widow #1, that variant.
Getting it right now.
Yep.
Hey, that boy got on
He got overbid.
Look
He
at
just got
Black
overbid.
Widow.
He's mad now.
He's like, I'm about to get FOMO right now. How much is this shit? I want to see what this is.
At Target.com.
Oh, it's going for 25. Can I find one for 7? Can I find one for 7? 7 free shipping. Let me see if I can find one 7 free shipping.
Hey, you know that comic book cover pop thing that they came out with? And those things sucks, man. You know what's happening to my? You know what's happening? You know the back covers that there's a pop here and there's that cover that cover page in the back. It's leaning. Is any of them happening to you guys, or is just me?
What do you mean? Like going like the top of it?
No, the whole cover is like leaning towards the fucking figure.
Yeah, because it's not supported, dude. Those comic books are literally in there to fit the back, and they're unsupported. So once it starts warping, it's done.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
The pop.
Like,
figures
why would they
have
do
the-
that? Yeah, let me show you guys. Gee.
Yeah, we got time.
We ain't doing shit. Fuck it. It's only 11 o'clock for me. I mean, all right.
Yeah, Tito got no worries.
I just tell them I'm going to Target tomorrow. How's that?
Yeah, I know. Now you are nostalgic
Okay,
person.
okay. So this is a prime example. You see that?
Okay.
Let me solo myself out. Hold on.
Yeah, I was going to say blow
You
yourself
said
up.
it's starting to pop up.
Well, now you know not to buy those anymore.
Yeah, I'm not buying it
Oh,
anymore. But
shit.
look at that.
Is your house hella
terrible.
hot or what?
There's nothing that supports it, and I tried, and I can't take it off because if I take it off, the value of the value of it is what, $15, but
Glue it back on there, man.
you can't because it's sealed. It's
Get a staple gun and just stick that stuff in, dude.
Hey, is it happening? Hey,
The
David.
staples, it'll look nice and everything, man. Shiny.
now I'm displaying it like this. Is now I have to lay it down flat so that it doesn't like
Yeah,
warp.
that's it.
Hopefully it goes back to where
It's back to original.
Well, hey,
Hey,
David.
just buy another one. There's more out there.
Hey, is it an environmental? Is it environmental? Meaning, is there humidity?
Yeah,
Around
that's all I'm about to say.
No,
Yeah, is there-
there can't be humidity because it's sealed. It's
Yeah, but
wrapped
you still,
sealed.
if it's hot in your area, it heats up.
Dude, I'm in Washington. It's the most fucking.
You know it's hot over there though.
I'm not in Texas or Arizona or Oklahoma. I'm in Washington. I mean,
You do know how humidity works, though, right? I
I
mean,
got you on that one.
yes, I do know humidity.
it's still going to get in there, but it's how they put that book in there. It's unsupported, so
Yeah.
if it
And
takes
it's not even a book. It's just a single. I thought it was a book. I thought it was actual book.
No, come
It's
on
not.
now. Even I know.
Look at that. Oh man.
I'm sure those are not sold out. It's Captain Marvel, damn it.
Well, David, now you know, and now we all know. Okay.
Yes. It's just a page. It's just a cardboard. I'm so disappointed.
Do you flip it the other way so you don't have to look at it?
No, I just leave it as that because this is a dead version of Miss Marvel now, not the New Mutant. This is the dead version. This is rare.
That looks cool though.
Only at Target.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hey, you know that just because of this stupid sticker, I got it.
What's the sticker?
Only at Target.
Only at Target.
You know how many Targets there are?
Only 1 million of them.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not one per store.
Yeah, it's not one per store either.
Like 5.
Like
All
I should go
millions.
to all Targets and destroy every freaking only.
Yeah, I
Target
bet you go to
sticker
Target and tell them, can I get a
limited.
replacement? They'll replace that for you.
Oh, do they?
They probably do.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
no, they
Fuck, man, I thought it was for real.
they won't replace it.
They will.
No, they won't.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna go to Target and I'm fucking gonna
Sounds like
destroy
you know,
every
Target
freaking
store.
only
Right.
Target sticker out
For an
there.
experience.
You gonna take them?
I'm gonna
Dude,
take them. I'm
let's
gonna
go like
take
this.
it all.
Both Walmart,
Take the shit right out of the cage.
and Target, they don't give discounts unless
No, replacements. Replacements.
they don't unless they're on a really good mood, but they won't give discounts to damaged boxes. They only replace if the toy itself is damaged.
I would say that's part of the toy.
There you go. There you
Not
go.
really the
Comics and
box,
culture is right. Hey, just buy another one at Target and then switch it on, return it, say it's defective one. There you go. They're never gonna fucking question that shit.
Cannot
Yeah, you can. You can do that.
yeah, your pop
Because
sake.
it's still on the plastic wrap. It hasn't been opened or tampered. You're fine. Just tell them that you want to store credit.
Well, I know they were cracking down on that kind of stuff for a while.
Yeah, but it's just like a $10 thing to a $25 thing.
Wait,
Yeah,
are we
it's
fretting
wrong.
over it? No,
There you
what
go.
is that?
get another one.
That's,
David. Don't worry about it.
Hitman.
Is that Professor X?
That's a Hitman.
No, that's it, man.
Yeah, there's Professor X with a gun.
No, it's Hitman. fool.
It's the Hitman, right?
Oh, he's the Hitman.
Reviewed it by G.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you,
it's
God,
Yeah,
man. That's
man.
like one of a kind. Professor X with a gun. Is it a silencer?
Silencer.
That would be cool.
That
This
was
this
fun.
came in a what do you call it? I think this was an exclusive. I got this a while back. This was part of like a limited thing for Hitman 2, I think.
Yeah.
And if you bought the special edition of the game, they gave you the statue with it.
Some of that
At
stuff's
least,
worth
at
money
least it
too.
didn't come up with the backing like this. So
I played Hitman since it first was released,
That was a good
way
game.
back. Like the first Silent Assassin 2, where you're in Russia. I forgot when that was released. So I think it was like late 90s or early 2000s.
That was a good game. David's getting shafted right now. Hey, you said 1 hour. I said an hour or 2 hours.
Oh, 2002.
He's getting busted right now. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, man. That's to me that I hope they keep making those games. That's one game that I will never stop playing.
No, Tito, you in the shitter? I see his legs. Legs and sandals, this motherfucker. What happened to our main event guy? What's happening? There he is.
I'm here.
Yeah, Hitman used to be my game, man. I used to love playing that game.
I like Max Payne.
There wasn't anything really like it when it came out. Not like that, where you had like kind of autonomy and yeah, there was a storyline, but you could kind of do whatever you wanted. And some people would compare like Grand Theft Auto, but I think it was just a different thing. Hitman, just a really cool game.
I got a whole bunch of random shit, and I swear to God, I don't know what the hell I have.
Comes with age.
Yeah. Just a hoarder mentality, I tell you that.
It happens. Trust me. I'm getting in that area anyways.
Hell, I think you're the youngest one in the bunch. Fuck you talking about?
I think I am, but I got a lot of shit.
Well, as for me, there's no comic books for me in the future for a very long time.
I think it's a dangerous time. I mean, if you're going to be buying like expensive stuff, I think it's kind of a volatile time right now. A lot of stuff has dropped, and I'm not saying everything, but a lot of things that people didn't anticipate would drop have dropped, including big silver keys and stuff. So it's kind of, I think relaxing right now a little bit is a good idea.
Well, who was it? What Sticky Goose? He did a video either this week or last week.
It's worth half as much,
What
right?
name is a Sticky Goose?
I don't give a fuck. We're not talking about his name. We're talking about the content of the video.
We're talking about his story, his life, not the name.
Like, what the hell has been doing to calling himself Sticky?
But you know what's funny is, well, not funny, but if you watch him, he's always been pretty open about that because he was I hate to label him like this, but he was a COVID collector. You know, he started collecting during COVID, during the peak of all these books. So he kind of came in at the wrong time.
You know, to go strap on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I heard the strap-on story.
Yeah.
There's actually a story around the strap-on thing too.
Yeah, the comic book shop.
Yeah, he was wearing a camera, and they didn't like that he was in there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I thought that was actual fucking YouTuber named fucking Strap On.
It's one of his nicknames.
Wow. That's sad.
I don't see why a comic book store would object. I mean, it's almost free advertisement. You go in there with your camera,
but
showing them
the thing is with Sticky Goose, do you watch Sticky Goose a lot at all?
I watch him sometimes. Yeah, I watch his auctions too.
Yeah, a lot of his content. I hate to put it like this, but like he talks shit about like a lot of different things.
He does.
So you know, if he doesn't like the prices on your books, you know that's content for him on his videos.
No, yeah, negativism is a way of just getting shut down. You don't go there. You go there to support, not to throw a negative vibe. Because if I was an owner and someone came in and started ranting about my prices and about my shit, then yeah, get out my store. You're here. We have refused the right to service. You video cams it. Just tell the video camera link.
No, the big thing that happened was
there's also an etiquette.
I'll tell you what happened.
When it comes to my store, tell me that fucking gas price is too high. I said, "Fuck it, go somewhere else."
No, this is the big thing that happened. Was one of the stores that he went in. They were concerned over the camera, so he was already on their radar, right? Like the store owner was kind of watching him and like, okay, fine, whatever with the camera thing. But then outside, or no, maybe inside, this lady wanted to sell a book to the store owner, and the store owner's like, no, I can only give you this much. And she was kind of on the fence, or she didn't feel comfortable with it. And I think he stepped on their toes and was like, hey, I'll buy it. And then they got pissed when he did that. That was my understanding. Like he made that customer an offer on the book.
That's always a
Yeah,
hard
but
thing
that's
to do.
his fault. He should have never done that at the premises inside the store. He should have told
Yeah.
the lady, come outside. You know, let's talk more outside and do it outside of the and say, you know, I'll buy your book outside of the store. But yeah, I mean,
I
guys
think
need
that's why he kind of burned his bridge there.
Man, if he ever
Yeah.
comes to my store and say fucking did that same thing, I'll tell him, you know what, get the fuck out of my store.
But here's the thing. I mean, I'm sure he'll be totally okay with it because he doesn't live in Seattle. So he's gonna be like, fuck it. Like what is it that you said? You know, if it's a one-time thing, fuck it. Like your profits to bounce out. I mean,
Exactly. But the whole question going back is, will I do it if I was a dick enough for that one-time deal? Yes, but I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think I ever will make a exclusive just for the sake of making few $1,000s. No.
I mean,
I have a channel to grow, Tito. Man, it's a Sick and Near Me comic channel.
well, I mean, I know I've done some low down dirty shame to customers in LCSs in respect to the owner of the place. But
Oh yeah, I think we all done that.
you know, if I'm traveling and I know I ain't coming back, then fuck it, I'll burn that bridge.
Yeah, I've done
Well,
that before.
I don't know if you guys do you guys watch Tito? Or no, not Tito. What's his name? TiVo. Is his name TiVo or something?
Yeah,
You
Lord
know-
of the Lord
yeah.
of the Long
Lord
Box.
of the
Yeah,
Long
he-
Box.
Lord of the Long Boxes? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he was talking about a comic book shop that's super popular in Southern California, and even people from other states have heard of it. It's called Comics, Tunes, and Toys.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And I went in there.
That's Big To Do Show store.
Okay, so that I have a problem with that play. I'm not trying to say anything bad. This is just my personal
Okay,
experience.
hold on. Before you say anything, I'm gonna solo you out.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I just no, the pressure's on. No, I went to the shop, and I think I had a pull list there for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and then I started noticing that the other books were in the pull list. I was like, wait a minute, why is something I had no idea about in this pull list? Like other related titles. It's not the title I specified. It's closely related. And I didn't really notice it until about the third time. And I was like, hey man, don't start putting books in here and charging me for extra stuff. Because all I would do is pay for the pile and leave. And I didn't notice that stuff till I went back.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
always
I didn't
do.
have, and they're slipping that stuff in to make a little extra money.
About you.
Well, that happened at least 2 or 3 times after I already said don't do that. And then I went back and told the guy, can I speak to the manager? He's like, I am the manager. I'm like, well, can I speak to the owner then? And the owner came over. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to buy comics here anymore. You guys are slipping stuff in here and kind of doing a little bit of shady stuff, you know? And that was a one and done thing. But other people might have been fine. Maybe they would have fixed it. But if you've already said it a few times in a row and they haven't corrected that,
Yeah.
that's the only time I could think of with a comic book shop where I never went back again because I was clear on that.
But you know, I understand your point, but the point is like when I get my pile, I check my shit 99.9% of the time before I buy because it's not just
So
you.
there is that 0.1% that you don't check it, huh, Gomez?
No, there's I've done that once, and that one time that happened to me where I bought like 2 books I didn't have in my pull list. They just put books in that's relative to what you're reading or what you
Yeah.
have. They've done that they do that at comic shops all the time. And when you have a pull list, unless you tell them personally before you do pull list, I don't want extra shit thrown in my pull list. I just want these books. Okay, fine. You got to be adamant about it on the beginning because you're not the only person that happens to, and I happen.
No,
to me.
yeah.
Well, and then they took care of me right off the bat. It's okay. So, rule of thumb is every time I buy my books, I check them right in front of him. And I've done
I-
it. Why is this book in here?
I was
Oh,
clear on that shop. I was clear the first time.
yeah.
And so because I was clear and talked to everyone, and I said, dude, don't do that because I'm not going to come back here. And then they did it again. I was like, that's it.
They probably
I'm
did
not
that shit
gonna
on
buy-
purpose.
Hey, Alex, how tall are you?
Why?
That could be the factor. How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
5'8". Gomez, how tall are you?
The same.
Oh, okay, never mind then. There goes that my fucking argument.
Well, what are you,
never
like
mind.
5'3"?
No, I thought Alex was probably around maybe 5'6", 5 something,
you're a
about
short guy. That's why they
170,
take advantage of
170
midgets.
pounds. And I see Gomez is probably around 5'9", 5'10", about what 190.
Nah, I'm not
Bulked up.
5'10". Oh no.
So
I don't know what this has to do with anything. Look, if you ever pull
What?
this,
No,
you
but
should
you
check your
know,
books for
I
the
was
condition.
thinking,
Yeah,
if I
tell
was
us, CBA.
if I was the LCS and I see Alex 5'5", 5'6", 170 coming in, I'll slip in 5 comic book because fuck, I
Yeah,
know.
come on.
Right?
see, that's what you lose
But
business.
Gomez is like
Yeah,
5'10",
yeah.
5'11",
Remind me not to
all
go to your store,
fucking
David.
muscled up coming. Like I would try, and if he says something to me, I probably like, oh okay, I'm not gonna fuck
See,
with
but-
this guy.
Hey, he upsells without
It's
even
not,
upselling.
hey, David,
Yeah.
it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog, David.
That's facts.
I hear you.
That's
I
facts.
hear you.
I'm gonna write that down.
That's facts.
You should be looking
Yeah,
to see
always-
if like
Always
side
is
of
how
his
you
shirt.
I'm
approach it,
5'11", Daryl. I'm 5'11". I'm 215 pounds.
too. And he's sweating like a motherfucker. Tell him.
Yeah. You see?
At Seattle, where it's cold.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
humidity.
Dude, talking about hot. It's like how hot is there in Texas right now, guys?
Hot.
You don't know.
It's 112.
What, you in Texas?
Damn.
No, I'm not in Texas, but my ex-wife is, and that's what she told me today.
She roasted.
Wow. 112.
It feels
Dude, in Washington, we're getting a 98, 99, 98 degrees next week.
It's like
Yeah,
a cool
we're in
breeze.
that
Bro,
range.
you are glistening right now. Go get
He
a
is,
fan.
bro.
Dude,
Sweating, dude. That Captain Marvel's bending more, bro.
Whoa.
I
You making me sweat, bro.
bro, it's fucking hot. It's hot
at
as
you.
today. It's like 82 degrees and it's fucking hot. Fat
Daryl got
people
one-
like
every
me
time I see
cannot do
Daryl-
hot.
Daryl's video, he got a freaking issue. You look at that fan roll.
Did you just say it's 82 degrees in the spot?
Yeah, I'm fat. You're forgetting something, Joe. I'm 215 pounds.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
82 degrees.
Yeah, I know. That's
Look,
why.
hey, I'm
I
fine.
cannot even fathom
It's like-
115, 120 degrees. It's like I can't. I think I would die.
Man, 82 degrees, that's like a hot bowl of chili and a cup of coffee. Cold.
Mhm. That's sweater weather.
Yeah, that's sweater weather, man.
That's
Wow.
is that humidity?
What?
82 degrees humid?
No, I think it was like 70-degree humidity, 80 degrees,
Fuck
and
that.
about
Hell,
almost- it was just like, oh
I
man.
deal with dry heat more than humidity. Fuck that.
No, humidity.
Ours not that bad.
Oh, see, AG suffer no Marasadas.
humidity sucks.
There you go, brother. Man, 120 degrees in Arizona. It was like crazy.
It's 68 where I'm at right now in California.
Well,
Yeah,
screw
we're
you, Ron. I'll
we're like at
I'll
70
go
right
to your
now.
place. I'll be comfortable there.
We're 70 right now. 70 deuce, baby. No, 62.
So
Right
what
now.
you're saying is you have a room ready for me. That's basically all I heard. It was like, yo,
Yo.
it's like, come on.
David, back
Yes,
to your
you know,
height.
I have a
back to
room
your-
for you with all the toys that you want to play with.
David, back to your height thing real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
Real quick.
It's like
You know
Three.
TiVo
103 damn.
in person, that dude is really tall.
Yeah,
I
he's
actually-
6'3".
Yeah, dude, I saw him at a like a Costa Mesa Comic Con, like a little local thing. I didn't realize that dude was that tall. Like I was like,
Yeah, he's
holy
tall.
crap.
He's Doctor
Yeah,
Doom,
he's a tall
Oh.
Asian.
Doctor Strange.
Even James, the king of the Golden State, I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
taller than
6'5", bro.
people.
Yeah, he guy is a fucking monster.
And then what's his name? Yeah, I don't know if you guys watch Beyond Wednesdays, but Brian McClay.
Yeah, I know Brian.
That
McCann.
dude is like 6'4". I mean, the
Yeah,
guy
he's
is
tall. He's like a
giant.
tall dude.
4 degrees, it feels like 102.
So we got all this. I mean, even our 9.2 crew, Freddie, Freddie 562. He's like what 6'2", 6'3". He's a fucking big
How-
Mexican, man.
How tall is Alex, by the way? I'm curious.
Alex, the comic holder.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't met him in
Okay.
person. But I heard he's like big as God because there's so many people following him.
Are we going to talk comics or are we going to jerk off to people's heights?
We're talking about all kinds of stuff.
Oh, he's got free. He's 5'12".
5'12".
Oh, you mean you're 5 feet with 12 inch, or what is it?
That's pretty good.
Gomez, are you snorting over there? Are you laugh snorting? Is that what
No,
I'm hearing?
no, it was me. I was the one who snorted.
Yeah, that wasn't me, bro. That was him.
But
All right, well, I'm going to bounce, so y'all enjoy yourselves.
all right, thanks, Tito. Have a good night.
Hey, Gomez, go ahead and pleasure your toys, I guess.
I see you at Target tomorrow, motherfucker.
Later.
Good night, brother.
So at least we'll know that when Tito does his Walmart walkthrough, it's during his lunch break.
That's the best. That's what I look forward to. But I think I'm gonna bounce too. I gotta get up early. I gotta get up at 3:50.
All right,
Sorry,
man.
we're gonna-
Have a good night. Hey,
You
thanks,
guys take
Gomez.
care.
All right.
Later.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Yeah, boy. All right.
Hello.
Back to the
Hey guys, I'm
original
gonna get like
four.
noon tomorrow.
But yeah, I guess for me right now, just comic is not my first priority anymore.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I bought a
Way
new
up there.
car because my old car broke down.
Oh,
think
which
you got?
one?
we got a Volkswagen Atlas.
What is that, like an SUV or what?
Yeah, it's an SUV. But it hurts me because I had a 2004 Toyota Camry, which I've been driving for the past 6 years. I bought that car for $2,500, and I didn't want to spend a money on a new car because I know it'll put me in a situation that I can't be as freely be purchasing something that to support my habit of comic book collecting or in collecting in general. So I'm in debt for the next 6 years now. I think we had this conversation, Joel, right? On a phone conversation one time, and
Yeah,
like
we talked about it. Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't mind spending $3,000 to get that thing running for the next 3-4 more years, and do my thing. But like Yvonne said,
Well,
happy wife,
You're
happy
talking
life. So
You're talking about if you wound up keeping the old car and fixing it?
yeah, I wanted to keep the old car, but my wife said she wants the new car. So
I think
So
at a
happy-
certain point, there was this was like probably 15 years ago, but my dad had a car, and it was I forgot what model. It was a Jaguar, but I forgot what model it was.
damn, it was a
But-
nice car. Mine was Toyota.
At first it was fine. It was like whatever, he drove it, and then at a certain point he had to keep fixing it. Like it just kept costing money, like $3,000, $2,000, $1,500. And it was like, dude, I just bet at a certain point, he's like, I just got to buy a new car. Because now he's bought 2 cars in the cost of to keep fixing it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're saying, but this is Toyota. I mean, all it needed was a new brakes and the whole new brake system, and the radio was about to go. So 25 to 3,000, and
Oh,
just
$3
keep
grand
that
for that?
What?
3,000 just for those repairs?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of money. I thought maybe
Yeah.
like a transmission or
No.
Shit.
They said that
Yeah.
Toyota transmission it will just last almost a lifetime. It had a 200,000 miles on it, but going back into the thing is that I can't buy comic books no more. I can't.
I think I'm there too. I think I'm where you're talking right now.
Yeah, I know you bought a furniture. I don't know why you didn't flip that thing. You could have made money off of that.
No, I
But,
got some other stuff too, and Hazel Dan knows about it. I'm probably gonna show it in a video pretty soon. Maybe I'll show you something after we're off of here, Dave.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm
actually-
done with the. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, once we're off or whatever, like, if you could, like, actually, would you want to show us in the thing after the chat?
Yeah, I could. I don't have it, but I'll show you because I already put it
Okay.
away. But I'll show.
Okay,
I'll
all right.
let you know what I got.
Okay.
We could stay after, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just
all right,
kinda wanted
guys.
to-
So that is a segment of our live show today. I'm really curious to
On
see
that
what
note.
Alex thought. But anyway, yeah, Spider Boy. I'm telling you, there is a future with that character. Will it be hot like Miles Morales? No. Will it be hot?
I'm gonna
like,
blame you if I'm out this $25. I'm gonna blame you, Dave.
dude? You
Wow,
get
you
this,
spent $25. Wow.
yeah, but you know how much that book is selling for now?
How much?
$39. So you already made $14.
And then
Come on,
eBay
Ron.
takes out their fee. eBay takes out their fee, and I lose money. I'll break
No,
even.
You break even. That's the whole thing, that you don't lose money here, guys. All right. I think this is pretty much it. So buying, selling book is like buying crypto. Yes. It is. So Daryl, thank you guys. So AG Surfer, everyone in the chat, thank you very much for joining. I think we'll try to do this again next week. You guys on?
I'm in. Yeah.
I'll send you guys the
I'm
link.
good.
Other than that, next week Thursday, Alex the Comic Quarter channel, me and the 9.2 crew will get together for that one show, and hopefully we'll do more in the later segment. But yeah, that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Alex Comic Quarter channel. So check us out. You'll hear my rant. I didn't do my rant here because I've wanted to save that for that channel. Because he has all these church followers, I figure piss them off at the same time. So, anyway, until next time, guys. Thank you. Oops.